being. Stay out of my mind and my being. Run from the police. Got the people that run, got them on a short leash. Run from the police. Got the people that run, got them on a short leash. Run from the police. Got the people that run, got them on a short leash.
Stations, if you encounter any technical issues related to this Georgia Show broadcast, please call our trouble hotline at 336-831-0861. Mark, 2 minutes until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Your next time cue will come with 1 minute until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Stations, we are coming up on 1 minute until airtime. 1 minute in 5, 4, 3, 2, Mark. 1 minute, stations. 1 minute until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Studio producers, when you hear touchdown, please start your archive recording. Coming up on 30 seconds until airtime. Mark, 30 seconds. Your next and final time cue will be with 15 seconds until airtime. Touchdown! Studios, start your archive recording. Coming up on 15 seconds until airtime. Mark, 15 seconds, stations. Have fun.
The following is a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Commit to the G.
Deep straightaway three. Oh, net! Hesitates, now drives. Wide open land. Good! 1.9 to go. Wheeler's done it again. 1.9. Walton to Wheeler to the basket. Layup. Good! He got it to spin off the front of the rim. To Brown. For driving lane. Good! Around the rim. Count it and a foul. Wheeler with 6 on the clock. Oh! To Edwards. Two-handed. High flying above the rim. Jamaroon. Wow!
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, this is Georgia Basketball. Brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. And Piedmont Healthcare, the official healthcare provider for the Georgia Bulldogs. This is the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now, to Courtside, along with Chuck Dowdle, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Hi again, everyone, and welcome to another night of Georgia Bulldogs basketball. The team is in Baton Rouge, Louisiana this evening to face the LSU Tigers at the Maravich Assembly Center. We are located in the Bulldogs broadcast bunker in Athens to call tonight's game. Georgia suffered its first loss of the season 1 week ago tonight when the Bulldogs dropped their SEC opener to Mississippi State in Athens. 1 week later, the Dogs are on the road for the first time this season as they try to even their conference record in a place where wins have been hard to come by. The Bulldogs are just 37-15 all-time in Baton Rouge. LSU's won the last 3 meetings in the series, including a 30-point smashing of Georgia to end the regular season last March. It's a new season, different time, but same place tonight, Georgia and LSU in Baton Rouge. The Bulldogs Courtside Show is brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Our engineer in the bunker tonight is Adam Gillespie. Zach Jewell is our network studio host and producer, and Chuck Dowdle will join me next on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance was created in 1959 to provide financial protection for farmers and rural communities. Over the years, it has grown to protect all Georgians through affordable home, auto, and life insurance, helping Georgia build a strong agriculture industry and keeping the promises we made to our members. Our agents and members stand together for the values that make Georgia special: faith, family, and community. We stand together. We stand for you.
We are a Farm Bureau.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh? Then shop at Kroger. We give you more ways to save on the fresh you love with tools like the Kroger app, where you can find personalized coupons on top of weekly sales, giving you prices that are lower than the everyday low. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
And now you can save time and cash your government-issued checks free at Kroger Money Services. Limited time offer, restrictions apply. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive. Drivers who save with Progressive save over $750 on average.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
Welcome back to the Bulldogs Courtside Show, brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. It is Georgia and LSU. The Tigers 6-2 on the year. Georgia at 7-1. The Dogs 0-1 in the conference. LSU is 1-1. Chuck Dowdle is here, and Chuck, when you talk about LSU, and we'll hear from Coach Crean in just a little bit, but boy, they're loaded with scores, including the league's top scorer in Cameron Thomas, a five-star freshman from Chesapeake, Virginia.
Yeah, and a young man he can put the ball in the basket, no doubt about that. He's had over his last 3 games 89 points total. He's the kind of kid that he can take it to the rim. He can shoot it from outside. He's got a complete game, and he's going to be the key to this LSU offense. There's no getting around that. Everybody wants to talk about Anthony Edwards last year and what he did for Georgia. He averaged about 19 a game, and this young man's way ahead of that. So the Dogs are going to have their hands full tonight. Plus, Scott, this is the first time Georgia's been on the road, and even Tom Crean says he's not sure how that's going to go tonight, because that's a challenge for Georgia. Other teams have done that some, but Georgia has not. We've played 8 games. This is our first road test, and it's a tough one. You got to go to LSU and beat a very talented LSU team.
It was a different affair under different circumstances in March. The last time the Dogs were in Baton Rouge, Georgia lost by 30. Let's hope that changes tonight for Georgia's sake. The Bulldogs and LSU are coming up, and so is Zach Jewell. He's in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios, and he's next here on the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Courtside Show on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Across the Northside Hospital system, our surgeons have decades of experience with routine and complex surgeries. Today, Northside leads the Southeast in innovative procedures. Since 2005, we've performed nearly 40,000 robotic surgeries. Our board-certified surgeons are acclaimed for non-invasive techniques. Their confidence and compassion await you at Northside. For complex surgeries, choose the best surgeons. Learn more at northside.com.
Make your first play of the season a smart one. Get a fast and easy sports physical right around the corner from Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. With 27 locations offering extended hours and most open 7 days a week, you can book online to get in, get out, and get on your way to a championship year. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to schedule a sports physical today. Patient care services provided by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive. Drivers who save with Progressive save over $750 on average.
Now more than ever, it's important to support our local businesses, whether it's your favorite pizza place or your neighborhood barber. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for more than 85 years. Whether they are saving you money on a checking account or credit card, or supporting the people, places, and teams that we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. To learn more, visit their website at georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Hi, friend. It's your home speaking, and I need some favors. Could you turn on some of the lights in the basement? I'm scared of the dark. Also, this one is easy. Could you bundle your home and car insurance with Geico so we could save money? Last thing, just a suggestion. Could you steam clean the carpets? I need a spa day.
Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com today.
Welcome back to the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now, scores and highlights from around college basketball. Let's go inside the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Here's Zach Jewell.
It's the Dogs and the LSU Tigers at the top of the hour as pregame coverage rolls on from the Piedmont Healthcare Studios with a check of scores around the country, starting with what else is happening in SEC play. Only 3 other games today to tell you about. Number 9, Tennessee hosts Arkansas at 7 p.m. alongside us. South Carolina welcomes Texas A&M to Columbia at 9, and also at 9 o'clock tonight, Auburn visits Ole Miss. It's a bit busier around the top 25, however. One game is just underway in ACC play. Number 19, Virginia Tech, up early 11-9 over at Louisville with 14 minutes to go in the first half. Coming up later at 8 p.m., 11th-ranked Houston hosts Wichita State. 10th-ranked Michigan hosts number 16 Minnesota at 8:30. Boston College visits Cameron Indoor to take on number 21 Duke, who will be without Coach K tonight. Then we close out tonight with 3 games at 9 p.m. Second-ranked Baylor hosts Oklahoma. Number 7, Creighton welcomes Seton Hall to Omaha, and Wake Forest is on the road at number 22, Virginia. In the NBA quickly, the Hawks will look to rebound from a loss last time out as they host the Charlotte Hornets at 7:30 tonight in the state capitol. We'll keep you updated on all that throughout the evening, but now we turn our attention back to our game. It's 15 minutes to tip-off, presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. We'll have a seat with head coach Tom Green as he joins us from Baton Rouge next on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh? Then shop at Kroger. We give you more ways to save on the fresh you love with tools like the Kroger app, where you can find personalized coupons on top of weekly sales, giving you prices that are lower than the everyday low. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
For a burst of flavor, pick up Kroger brand Gala, Fuji, Granny Smith, or Ambrosia apples. They're just 99 cents a pound with card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
From a tiny blueberry to a towering Georgia pine, Georgia's agriculture products are as special and diverse as its people. Georgia Farm Bureau members stand for the values that bring Georgia together. We stand for strong communities and Georgia-grown products. We stand for family, faith, and keeping promises. We stand for you and your community. We stand together. Join today at gfb.org.
We are a Farm Bureau.
Follow the Dogs on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Georgia Basketball. More Bulldogs hoops in a moment after this from your local station.
Hey Bulldog fans, Coach Smart here. My friends at Georgia United Credit Union now offer Georgia Bulldogs Visa debit cards. Now you can show your team pride everywhere you go and spend. Pick your favorite design and score yours today. Georgia United makes banking easy, friendly, and smart for busy members like myself. Attack the day with a free checking account that pays big interest. It's the smart choice. Visit at gucu.org/Go Dogs for important account information. Insured by NCUA. Georgia United, the official credit union of Georgia Athletics.
At Community Coffee, we've been making great tasting coffee for over 100 years. But what makes us different isn't just how long we've been around, it's how far we're willing to go in pursuit of the perfect cup. We select only the finest beans and use over 4 generations of family roasting experience to give you the richest, most delicious coffee around. Find Community Coffee at your local grocery store or visit communitycoffee.com to order some today.
We're getting closer to tip-off. Time now for a visit with the Dogs head coach, Tom Crean. With Coach Crean, here's Scott Howard.
Welcome back to the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Courtside Show. It's time to catch up with Bulldogs head coach Tom Crean as the Bulldogs get ready to play LSU. Coach, tell us about this LSU team and what you've seen in your preparation getting ready for the Tigers tonight.
Well, before LSU, I want to congratulate Josh Brooks. I've been excited since the president let me know that this morning, that he was going to, that decision had been made to hire Josh Brooks full-time as the athletic director. I think it's great. I think it keeps a fantastic team. As I said to the president, as good a team as I've ever worked with in college athletics. And that's a great credit to Greg McGarity and the people that he put together, but it's a tribute to all the people that are there that make Georgia athletics go. And I think Josh Brooks is going to be a fantastic leader for us. So I'm looking forward to that. As far as LSU, very, very explosive, scoring a lot of points. They've got 4 guys that are in double figures with Cam Thomas as a freshman and Trendon Watford as a sophomore who had a fantastic freshman year. Darius Days, Javonte Smart, those guys are bona fide big-time players in the SEC and around the country, and they score points. And so we've got to do a really good job of making it hard for them. We got to do, first and foremost, a great job of getting back in transition and making them face all 5 of us. Then we got to do a really good job of understanding how they want to score, making sure our defense is connected and talking and very, very steadfast with activity. We've got to really do a much better job than we did against Mississippi State. We've got to do more of the job we've done the entire year with our hand activity and talking. So that's important. Then we got to come down and we got to move the basketball. We've got to really be good moving the ball, moving without the ball, getting the ball reversed, being ready to shoot, playing with confidence, and not trying to make things happen that aren't there.
You mentioned Cameron Thomas. He's leading the SEC in scoring. Does he do more than just score the basketball?
Yeah, he can drive it. He can pass. He's a pretty good defender. He's really quick and athletic, but he can really, really score. He can really score, and he does a great job of knowing what's for him. He creates shots very, very well. He gets to the rim. He shoots step-back threes. He shoots catch and shoots. We've got to defend him well, and he's got a real distinct leg kick that we've got to hope is officiated the right way tonight, because we don't need any and one situations or any 3-shot fouls because we ran into his leg because he extended on the kick. So we've talked about that. We've worked on that, and hopefully we do a good job there.
Well, as far as scoring is concerned, Coach, you have 6 guys averaging in double figures. That's a bit of an anomaly. That's not very common in college basketball these days. Tell us about that, and you want to see that continue tonight.
I think that's the way we have to play. And then on any given night, you might have a couple guys that really take it up another notch, but I think that's how we have to play. That's when we're at our best. And we're creating off of our defense. The ball's moving. We're moving without the basketball in a way that creates scoring cuts, being ready to shoot a cut. A cut should free up the next shot. A cut should draw 2 people. You know, that's what a scoring cut is. We got to make sure we're good at that. But just keeping the ball reversed, being on the attack, playing fast, but not being in a hurry and not having live ball turnovers. That's going to be crucial.
Coach, thanks for your time tonight. We appreciate it. Much good luck, and we'll talk to you after the ball game.
Thanks. Go Dogs.
All right, that's Coach Tom Crean in Baton Rouge, and we'll give you the starting lineups for the Bulldogs and the Tigers coming up right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance was created in 1959 to provide financial protection for farmers and rural communities. Over the years, it has grown to protect all Georgians through affordable home, auto, and life insurance, helping Georgia build a strong agriculture industry and keeping the promises we made to our members. Our agents and members stand together for the values that make Georgia special: faith, family, and community. We stand together. We stand for you.
We are a Farm Bureau.
The SEC taught us that it's easy to love winning, but that the best of the best know where to look for the win, even in losing. Because setbacks are an inevitable part of almost any endeavor, and the hardest lessons are the ones that teach us the most. As the official bank of the SEC, at Regions, we believe every day is a good day to dig deeper. What has the SEC taught you? Join the conversation with #SEC Lessons. Regions Bank. Member FDIC.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive. Drivers who save with Progressive save over $750 on average.
These days I'm spending a lot more time at home, which means I need ways to easily control my comfort. And here's an insider tip. If you're a Georgia Power residential customer, you may be eligible for up to a $75 instant rebate on a smart thermostat. Here's how. Georgia Power's online marketplace features thermostats from brands like Google Nest, Honeywell, and Ecobee, as well as a variety of LEDs and smart home products like smart speakers, Wi-Fi routers, indoor cameras, and more. Just visit the site and start shopping. Shop now at GeorgiaPowerMarketplace.com.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
It's time for the Dogs to eat.
Beats Fagan. Windmill. Lay in. Good. Ty Fagan. Dribble drive. Scoop shot. Good. Right down the lane. He got him on the crossover. Rebound. Kamara leans in and scores with the can. Wheeler down the lane. Drops it up with a bounce to Kamara. He flushes with two hands. Finds a spot on the floor. In range. A 25-footer. Still by Brown. It could be a little shoot time with a two-handed dunk.
The Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to live play-by-play coverage of Dogs basketball. Georgia basketball is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Piedmont Healthcare, the official healthcare provider for the Georgia Bulldogs. Dos Equis. Cheer on your favorite team with the Dos Equis. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. And by State Farm. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Now, alongside Chuck Dowdle, let's go courtside and join the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Yeah, let's give you our starting lineups for tonight's Georgia-LSU matchup. The Bulldogs with a record of 7-1, 0-1 in league play. Tom Crean in his third year with Georgia, record of 34-38 as the Bulldogs head coach. He's in his 21st season as a head coach overall, a record of 390 and 269. His starting five tonight in Baton Rouge will be Xavier Wheeler, 5'10 sophomore from Houston, Texas. The Dogs' second leading scorer, just under 13 points a game. He leads the SEC in assists. He has 60 on the season, 7.5 per contest. Justin Kier is a 6'5 graduate transfer from George Mason University from Grottoes, Virginia. He is the third leading scorer on the team at 11 points per ball game for the Bulldogs. Ty Fagan is a 6'3 junior guard from Logtown, Georgia. He's averaging also 11 points per ball game. Second leading rebounder on the team, 5.5 per contest. Toumani Kamara is a 6'8 sophomore from Brussels, Belgium. He is the Dogs' leading scorer and rebounder, 14 points per ball game, 8.7 rebounds per contest. That's third best in the Southeastern Conference. And P.J. Horn rounds out the Dogs starting five, a 6'6" graduate transfer from Virginia Tech. He is from Tifton, Georgia, averaging 10.5 points and 4 rebounds per contest, coming off a career-high 21-point game in last week's loss to Mississippi State. Now for LSU, the Tigers are 6-2 on the year, 1-1 in conference play. Will Wade is their head coach in his 4th season in Baton Rouge, a record of 70-32. He's in his 8th year as a head coach overall. 161-77 is his overall record. His starting five tonight will be Javonte Smart, a 6'4 junior guard from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Moani Wilkinson is a 6'5 freshman forward from Las Vegas, Nevada. Trendon Watford, a 6'9 sophomore forward from Birmingham, Alabama. Darius Days, 6'7 junior forward from Raleigh, Florida. And Cameron Thomas, the leading scorer in the Southeastern Conference so far this season. He is a 6'4 freshman guard from Chesapeake, Virginia. The Bulldogs and LSU are coming up from Baton Rouge when we come back on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Long-lasting protection against COVID-19 is crucial to a safe living and work environment. That's why Georgia Athletics has chosen Cleanwell Services as their official disinfection partner. The trained technicians at Cleanwell use a CDC and EPA-approved nanotechnology-based cleaner that sticks to surfaces for an industry-leading protection lasting beyond 30 days. The Bulldogs trust Cleanwell, and if your business wants to keep your employees and customers safe, you also need to trust Cleanwell. Visit cleanwellsafe.com to get started today.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive. Drivers who save with Progressive save over $750 on average.
At Community Coffee, we've been making great tasting coffee for over 100 years. But what makes us different isn't just how long we've been around, it's how far we're willing to go in pursuit of the perfect cup. We select only the finest beans and use over 4 generations of family roasting experience to give you the richest, most delicious coffee around. Find Community Coffee at your local grocery store or visit communitycoffee.com to order some today.
Now more than ever, it's important to support our local businesses, whether it's your favorite pizza place or your neighborhood barber. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for more than 85 years. Whether they are saving you money on a checking account or credit card, or supporting the people, places, and teams that we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. To learn more, visit their website at georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Bulldogs and Tigers getting set to tip it off in Baton Rouge at the Maravich Assembly Center. Let's give you our keys to the game, brought to you by Ford. Ford's F-150 is more than a truck. It's your starting point guard. Learn more at buyfordnow.com. Then see your local Ford dealer and score a great offer on the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs. Now here's the official Chuck of the Georgia Bulldogs. One more time, here's Chuck Dowdle.
All right, Scott, let's talk about some keys. One of the things I think would help the Dogs tonight, listen, LSU could score the basketball from any number of ways. I think Georgia needs to use its zone tonight a lot more. Georgia has been effective when it's used the zone defense this season. Now, we don't use it a lot. We like to play man-to-man, but this may be a team tonight that you want to zone up, see if you can't cut down on their scoring. Then secondly, we got to get Severe involved. Last couple of games, he's been just slow to score. Now, he still can get the assist for you. He can still run the floor and run your offense, but we've got to get him back in the scoring column in a big way. It's something we've really missed lately. And then finally, we got to find a way to steal this game on the road. We lost one at home, our opening SEC game. We got back-to-back SEC road games now at tough places to play, and that's the PMAC Center here against LSU, and then on Saturday, we got to go to Fayetteville, Arkansas, and play the Razorbacks, one of the better teams in the conference.
Well, we're going to tip it off right after we pause for station identification on the Bulldogs Sports Network. Our tip-off is brought to you by Northside Hospital in Atlanta. Our surgeons have decades of experience with routine and complex surgeries. Today, Northside Hospital leads the Southeast in innovative procedures, performing nearly 40,000 robotic surgeries since 2005. Their confidence and compassion await you in Atlanta. Learn more at northside.com. LSU will win the opening tap. Watford with a drive to the basket right side, misses his first shot off one leg, but he gets his own rebound. Nobody there to protect him, and he lays it up and in. Georgia with a quick inbound, up ahead to Fagan for a one-handed dunk to even the score quickly at 2 apiece.
And Georgia ran the floor. LSU loafed back. That is not going to make head coach Will Wade very happy.
They stopped play for a moment because Fagan's dunk hung the net on that end of the floor in front of the LSU bench. So here we go. LSU in their gold uniforms tonight, and Georgia in the road blacks. Dogs in a man-to-man defense with Wheeler on the ball. Javonte Smart working the dribble into the front court. Left wing three. Smart good for 3 for LSU to give them a 5-2 lead. Dogs with the ball in the front court now. It's Wheeler and Kyer, Horn, Fagan, and Kamara, our starting 5. Wheeler on the right wing, dribbles with the left hand, top of the key, now feeds it, thread the needle to Kamara, and a dunk right under the basket. Beautiful pass from Severe Wheeler to give him 200 career assists now. He only needed 1 to get there tonight, and he got it early in this ballgame.
Beautiful bounce pass right down the middle of the lane.
5-4, LSU with a 1-point lead and the ball. Tigers will back it up a little bit. They'll set a screen with Days on Fagan, who was guarding the ball. Thomas gives it to Days. Long three. Days, no good, off the rim. And the rebound goes to Fagan, the Dogs' second leading rebounder. Passes far sideline to Kamara. Back to Fagan, deep inside. Floats it up in there with the right hand. Good, right in front of the basket.
Ty Fagan off to a great start. Scoring, rebounding, running the floor.
And the Dogs with a 6-5 lead. Almost 2 minutes into the contest here. There's Javonte Smart, works above the arc on the straightaway. They work it on the right side of the floor now. Thomas to Watford, sends across court. Smart's 3 is good. That's his second of the ball game. Javonte Smart with 2 threes early on here to give LSU an 8-6 lead. Wheeler for 3, right wing. Front of the rim, no good. LSU with a rebound.
Not his strong suit.
Not at all. Here's a deep 3 by Cameron Thomas, the league's leading scorer. That's no good. And there's a foul on the rebound. Going to go against LSU.
Went over the top.
Foul was on, trying to see who they called the foul on. Wilkinson is who they called it on. Mwani Wilkinson, the freshman. Dogs with the ball. Kyer, wide open 3, right corner. Missed it off the far side of the rim. And Trendon Watford gets the rebound for LSU. He'll bring it into the front court as well. It's 6'9". Did he travel? He did.
Yeah, he did. Drag that pivot foot.
He tried to stop, but he couldn't. He tried to stop at the top of the key and distribute the ball to his left, and he, as Chuck said, he dragged the foot.
Yeah, he's shaking his head at the official. I don't know what game he was watching or what game he has the rules for, but it's not basketball.
Dogs ball, Kamara. Lost it on the floor, then had to wrestle it away from Cameron Thomas, and when he did, the ball goes flying out of bounds over the baseline, so the Dogs turn it over. LSU's possession. They'll work it up into the front court with Javonte Smart. Smart guarded by Wheeler. Left wing, now Smart Dribbles into the circle, gives it back to Darius Days. Long three just to the right of the circle is good. Darius Days with his 16th three-pointer of the year for the 6'7", 245-pounder. They've connected on 3 threes already tonight.
Well, I was going to say, if they're going to hit threes like that, we're got a long night ahead of us.
Horn misses a three for Georgia, but Fagan rebounds at the foul line, steps into the paint, misses the floater, gets another rebound. This time going to take it and drive, and it rolls all the way around the iron and falls off. LSU rebound. Thomas up the far sideline, bumped there by Tumani Kamara, and he's called for the foul.
Not a smart defensive play by Tumani there. There was no reason to bump him.
11-6, LSU leading on the strength of 3 3-pointers already, 2 by Smart and 1 by Days. Days with the ball, right wing, above the arc, lobs it over to Javonte Smart. Dogs play man-to-man defense. Wheeler, the on-ball defender right now. They give it to Watford. He awkwardly drives down the left edge of the lane, steps into the paint, throws it up from 10 feet, and now he's wanting to talk about it. He talks to Tumani Kamara about making that shot as he comes back down the floor. Wheeler for 3, right wing for Georgia. All net good. Severe, the little fella, drops one in their face. That's a Scana Energy 3 for Severe Wheeler and the Dogs to make it 13-9.
And Severe only, hitting about 28% from behind the arc?
A little bit less than that, 18%.
Oh, my goodness.
That's his 6th of the year. LSU, Watford to the rim. They toss it up, and Mwani Wilkinson grabs it out of the air and dunks it in one fell swoop. It's 15-9 LSU. Wilkinson with his first 2 points of the game. Dogs lose it in the paint on the other end of the floor. LSU with a basketball. Cameron Thomas going to spot up for a 3. He can't drop it, and the Dogs rebound and take it the other way. Georgia in black tonight. LSU in their gold uniforms at home this evening in the Maravich Assembly Center. Wheeler trying to attack from the left side, lost the handle, wrestles for the basketball, picks it up, finds Kyer open in the left corner. His 3 off the iron, tap in by Fagan, won't go. Ball is tapped up as they fight for the rebound. Javonte Smart's going to get it for LSU. Bounces back through the legs behind him to Watford, then throws it over to Days in the right corner. He'll dribble right edge of the paint, bunked by Horn. Fadeaway 2, won't go. Horn rebounds for the Dogs. Outlet pass to Wheeler. He drives to the basket, throws it up in the air off the back of the rim. That's no good. He's knocked to the floor, and a foul is called on LSU.
And that's what Severe does best. He beats the defender, gets to the rim. Now, he didn't finish, but he drew the foul. He'll go to the line.
And he'll do that after the timeout. 14:55 remaining here in half number 1. It's LSU with a 15-9 lead on the Dogs. Back in a moment on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Core Power's the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein, your workout will never go to waste. Work hard, recover harder with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
These days I'm spending a lot more time at home, which means I need ways to easily control my comfort. And here's an insider tip. If you're a Georgia Power residential customer, you may be eligible for up to a $75 instant rebate on a smart thermostat. Here's how. Georgia Power's online marketplace features thermostats from brands like Google Nest, Honeywell, and Ecobee, as well as a variety of LEDs and smart home products like smart speakers, Wi-Fi routers, indoor cameras, and more. Just visit the site and start shopping. Shop now at GeorgiaPowerMarketplace.com.
Core Power's the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein, your workout will never go to waste. Work hard, recover harder with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
Everybody remembers the amazing light show last year when we ran the Fighting Irish out of Sanford Stadium that made Georgia the envy of college football. I'm Kenny Mullins, business manager for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. Every light in Sanford Stadium was installed by an IBEW electrician. We also light up the practice facility and many other buildings on campus. Learn more about the IBEW at IBEW613.org. Go Dogs!
15-9, LSU leads Georgia with 14:36 to play here in half number one as we've hit our first media timeout in Baton Rouge. Right now you can come in and get exceptional offers on the full line of BMWs. Visit one of your Atlanta area BMW centers soon for a test drive. BMW is a proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers.
Scott, LSU off to a good shooting night. They're obviously knocking down the 3 for 6 from behind the arc, 50%. We're hitting 16% from behind the arc. But one thing we are doing that we did not do against Mississippi State is we're rebounding much better. We got a little bit of a lead on them on the glass, and we trailed Mississippi State much of the night. Ended up losing that battle on the glass to those Starkville Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was the first time Georgia has lost the rebounding battle this season in our 8 games. Dogs are at the line. Severe Wheeler, left-handed foul shooter. Free throw is up and in good for the little fella, and he's got 4 in the ball game.
Dogs as a team hitting 70% at the line this year, and pretty happy with that percentage.
And Wheeler, who misses the second, rebounded by Smart, is at 78%. He goes 1 for 2 on that trip. LSU with the ball, a 5-point lead. They turn it over. Kamara with the dribble, drives against the double team. And he 2-steps it right off the glass, right off the square in front of the basket, and banks it in for his second field goal of the evening. It's 15-12.
That's that Baton Rouge 2-step.
Watford with the ball for LSU, top of the key. They work in the front court left. Now here's Thomas. Little floater on the right baseline. It circles the rim a time or two and drops through good. Thomas with his first points of the ball game. He averages 25 a game. Wheeler for 3 on the other end for the Dogs. Left it short. Rebound back to Kyer for the Dogs. And Georgia will get another crack at it. We're down 5, 17-12, 13:45 to go first half.
You see LSU just zoned up, daring the Dogs to shoot it from behind the arc.
That's probably a good plan, the way Georgia's shooting from 3 these days. Here's Wheeler for another one. All net, right at the horn. The shot clock was running down, and Severe with his second 3 of the half.
You want to get them out of that? That's the way you do it. You run the clock and hit it at the buzzer.
A second Scana Energy 3-pointer by Severe Wheeler to make it 17-15. LSU with the lead by 2. They've got the ball. 13-12 to go first half. Smart works against Severe on the left side of the floor. Goes up the wing to Days. Back to Javante Smart. Right-hand dribble. Pushes it over to Thomas. Fagan's guarding him. Cameron Thomas, the freshman from Virginia, going to drive now. Defensive switch picked up by Kamara. And he fakes. Shot fake. Got Kamara in the air. And
what kind of call was that?
Called for contact when he came back down.
Oh, my goodness.
Our officials tonight, Gerald Williams, Terry Weimer, and Doug Schauls. I believe that was Gerald Williams that made that call.
Oh, my goodness. That was a horrible call.
We heard from Coach Crean in the pregame. He talked about Thomas's
throws that leg.
Yeah, I don't know if it's awkward, but it's kind of intentional. When he takes those jump shots, his legs will kind of flail about, and sometimes he draws contact on that and gets a foul call as he hits his first free throw. By the way, that's 22 in a row now over the last 4 games.
He was closer to kicking Tumani than Tumani was of running into him.
18-15, LSU by 3. Thomas, 6'4", 210-pound freshman, played at Oak Hill Academy last season. Hits both free throws. He's a 90% foul shooter. He leads the SEC in that department. And he's got 4 points tonight. 19-15, LSU leads. Dogs ball, they go in deep to Andrew Garcia. Had the ball up high, and it got knocked loose from him. LSU with a takeaway. The Bengals with the ball. They come down, miss a dunk. Days gets the rebound. Whistle blows. The putback is good, but no basket there as Josh LeBlanc got fouled on his dunk attempt. Let's see what the call is.
I believe it's a foul on Garcia.
You are correct. Andrew Garcia with the call.
5 seconds.
LSU couldn't inbound the basketball. Did they call time, or did they get the 5-second count? I believe they've called the time.
They got the time. Well, if they did, they just did get it in.
19-15, LSU with a 4-point lead, 12:36 remaining. Yeah, LSU had to burn the timeout because they couldn't inbound the basketball. Georgia with good defense on that inbound play to prevent LSU from getting the play started. And Dog fans, if you need a home loan to fit your team and budget, Rocket can. Rocket Mortgage, proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics. The teams in Baton Rouge tonight taking on the LSU Tigers. Georgia's won only 15 times ever in Baton Rouge, a record of 15 wins for Georgia, 37 losses all time in Baton Rouge. Trying to pick up a road win tonight, even up the conference record. Thomas tries to draw contact, throws up an air ball top of the key, bounces out of bounds.
That was a terrible attempt. He was trying to draw a foul. Apparently that's part of his game, I guess. I haven't seen enough of this young man, just a true freshman, but if that's part of his game, the officials are not going to keep giving that to him.
Well, he didn't get that call as Georgia gets the basketball on the air ball by Cameron Thomas. He gets to the line a lot, so apparently it works. Kyer left wide open for a three, missed the straightaway shot.
It's Georgia's ball.
He didn't have a defender within 10 feet of him, and the rebound is touched out by LSU. And the Dogs will get it with 20 seconds on the shot clock. 12:07 remaining first half, 19-15. LSU by 4. Inbound on the near wing and contested by LSU with Eric Gaines going up against Xavier Wheeler. And Gaines tips it out in front of their bench. So the Dogs will inbound the basketball again. Minus 1 second on the shot clock. We throw it into Wheeler in the backcourt, and he'll carry it across the timeline, and we'll start the play. His bounce pass deflected and stolen by Gaines. The freshman from Lithonia, Georgia, spins in the air. His shot is no good, but there's the follow by LeBlanc and a hard dunk by Josh LeBlanc, the transfer from Georgetown, to make it 21-15. LSU by 6. Dogs with the ball. Wheeler threads the needle, gives it to Kyer. Under the basket, kick out right corner. P.J. Horn for 3. That's good from the right corner.
Nice shot. P.J. spotted up beautifully in the corner. Got the feed, never hesitated.
His first 3. He had 5, a career high last Wednesday night in the loss to Mississippi State in his 21-point ball game. He's the first non-Xavier Wheeler player tonight with a three-pointer. The little fella's got 2 already. Thomas, again, wild jump shot, tries to draw contact, falls to the floor, misses. Rebound Dogs. Wheeler down the lane, and his shot is knocked out of bounds as he tried to take it all the way to the rack. It'll be Georgia's basketball after the timeout. So the Dogs going toe-to-toe with LSU here in the first half in Baton Rouge. It's 21-18. Tigers leading the Dogs with 11:09 to play in the first half. Breaking the action. Back in a moment. Bulldogs Sports Network.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh? Then shop at Kroger. We give you more ways to save on the fresh you love with tools like the Kroger app, where you can find personalized coupons on top of weekly sales, giving you prices that are lower than the everyday low. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Personalize your health goals with the new Kroger telenutrition program. Visit Kroger.com/dietitian for a free 50-minute virtual session with one of our experts.
For up to the second news and special content on all things Georgia Bulldogs, visit GeorgiaDogs.com. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
If you thought you saw the last of the double cheeseburger pizza from Papa John's, think again, because it's back again. And now they're debuting the sequel as a Papadilla, a quarter-pound of beef, zesty burger sauce, and pickles on crispy flatbread crust. Again, one more time. Get a large double cheeseburger pizza for just $12, or a new double cheeseburger Papadilla for $6. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Again. Not valid with discounts, fees, and taxes. Extra prices may vary.
At BMW, we made the ultimate range of SAVs. And because each of the 7 X-Range sports activity vehicles flawlessly balance dynamic power, spacious size, and sleek design, you can choose from a fleet that fits perfectly into your life. Like the versatile and bold X1, the unbelievably powerful X3, or the luxurious X7. No matter who you are, no matter where you're going, no matter what's next, there's an X to take you there.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
Georgia trails LSU 21-18. It's time to go in the bunker with Chuck Dowdle, brought to you by Georgia's own credit union, banking on purpose. We couldn't get you to the huddle tonight, Chuck, so the bunker will have to do.
A little bit of a logistics problem getting me to the huddle, but in the bunker's pretty good tonight because what you can see is the Dogs are doing a good job on the boards and defensively. And there's a good drive, a bucket, and a going to the line. You like that?
Yeah, out of bounds play to Garcia, who spins down the lane and gets fouled and banks in the shot. They're going to count the bucket and put Andrew on the free throw line for an and one opportunity. Garcia, the 6'6 graduate transfer from Stony Brook, from Bergenfield, New Jersey. And a big play by Garcia for his first points of the ball game. Now to the line, where he is a 75% foul shooter, and that one is up and all net good. Dogs tie it up on that play, on that three-point play by Georgia. It's 21 apiece as we tick under the 11-minute mark here in the first half. Dogs on defense now. Watford's got the ball. Left baseline, works against Garcia, throws it back up the wing. Here's a long three by LSU's Gaines. That's short. Rebound to the Dogs. Wheeler, diagonal pass into the front court. It goes to Fagan. Ty will back it up high on the left wing now. LSU's packed inside, as you pointed out, Chuck, inside that three-point line.
Yeah, they want Georgia to take that long shot.
Wheeler, top of the key, goes to Horn. He's between the circles. Looking right, he'll send it that direction to Fagan. Feed it in on the bounce. Garcia's double-teamed and pushed out, and he's called for travel. Smart and Watford both defended him, kind of pushed him back a little bit, and they said he traveled. He debates the call a little bit, and now he'll just go back and play defense. LSU has the possession. We're tied at 21, 10-14 to go first half from Baton Rouge. Gaines, left-hand dribble around the circle, feeds it back above the arc to Javonte Smart with 13 on the clock. Smart curls around under the basket. Tried a no-look pass. He got it stripped by Garcia. Dogs with a takeaway. Georgia leads the league in steals, by the way. And they got another one right there.
That was not a strong offer from Javonte at all.
It was not. He's had some strong offers before.
That's what we hear.
That wasn't one of them. Bounce feed down to Garcia. He'll kick it back to Wheeler. Long lob into the left corner. Christian Brown for three. No good.
But he got fouled.
He did. He's got 3 free throws coming. Smart fouled him on the three-point shot in the left corner, and Christian to the line for 3 free throws. 71% foul shooter for the 6'6 sophomore from Hopkins, South Carolina. That's the first foul on Javonte Smart. And for LSU, it's their 4th foul of the half. Tied at 21, Brown can put the Dogs in the lead here with some free throws. His first one is up and in. Good. Christian with his first points of the night. Second free throw around the rim and off. No good. He's got one more opportunity. Georgia 3 of 5 from the foul line in the early going here. 9:35 remaining first half. Georgia leads LSU by 1 point. Third and final free throw is up and in. Brown goes 2 for 3 at the line to give the Dogs a 23-21 lead. And it's the first lead of the game for Georgia. There's Watford working against Horn, hooks it into the corner, Gaines for 3, off the rim, no good. Fagan got position on Watford and got the rebound. Down the middle of the floor, he trails Watford, throws it into Horn off his hands and right to Smart. Dogs turn it over.
PJ just lost control of it. He was in perfect position to score.
Georgia has 5 turnovers here in the first half. Of course, we average, 17 a game, which is second most in the league. Now LSU will turn it over, and the Dogs will throw a long pass into the front court intended for Brown, picked off by the Tigers. And they'll take it the other way. LSU with a basketball. Michael Starks is in the game now early for Georgia. Garcia works against Watford, who's got the ball. He's trying to dribble down Garcia. He'll shoot over him and miss it. Rebound on the left side, chased down by the Tigers. Josh LeBlanc keeps it alive. LSU with a drive down the lane. They let Charles Manning go. We just admired him dunk it with one hand. Our defense didn't move that time, Chuck. We just let him go right down the chute.
And it was wide open, too. Once he beat the perimeter of the defense, he had nothing in front of him but just the basket.
23 all as we near 8 minutes to go in the first half. Garcia's got it, stands on the three-point line. Overhead pass left to Fagan, sets a screen. Ty dribbles, has it knocked away, picked up at half court by LSU.
That's 3 straight empty possessions without getting a shot.
Gaines attacks. Brown blocks his shot on a reverse layup. Ball will roll out in the far corner. It'll belong to LSU, and they'll have it after the timeout with 7:46 to go in the first half. Dogs got to get it together. Multiple turnovers on multiple straight possessions by Georgia, but we're tied at 23 in Baton Rouge. The Dogs and the Tigers on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Put on your red and black, grab your foam finger, and get ready to unleash the dogs. Scana Energy is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Every day is a dog day here, so get loud, Georgia. Join Scana Energy as we unleash the savings and cheer our team to glory this basketball season. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com to save.
Catches it, the spin move, drop step to the baseline. Two-handed jam. Steps back for 3. Nailed it from way downtown. Drives the lane. Kaboom! Count it! And gets the foul. Are you kidding me?
Keep the excitement of game day going in a Nissan. With game-changing tech that makes every drive as exciting as a game-winning buzzer beater. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Hey, Dog fans. Coach Kirby Smart here. Do you have a game plan for flu season? Get ahead of the competition by getting a flu shot at Piedmont. It's the smart thing to do. Stop by any Piedmont primary care, quick care, or urgent care location and stay healthy all season long. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to learn more and book online. Piedmont Healthcare, more ways to better.
Welcome back to Georgia basketball. The Bulldogs in Baton Rouge tonight taking on the LSU Tigers. We're tied at 23. This first half recap is brought to you by Regions. Get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Well, Georgia got its first lead of the game just moments ago. LSU had led throughout, had a big lead of 7 points early on at 13-6, but the Dogs have kept it close. Finally took the lead on Christian Brown's free throws at 23-21. We are now knotted at 23 apiece. The leading scorer for Georgia is Xavier Wheeler with 7 points, and the leading scorer for LSU is Javonte Smart, who has a pair of threes. He's got 6. As the Dogs are shooting 40%, LSU at 39%. Georgia with more turnovers than they care to talk about, though, early on, Chuck. 7-3, they lead that category in this ballgame. That's kind of been a problem for Georgia, although some of those are accepted just because of the way the Dogs play.
No doubt, but when you have 3 consecutive where you don't even get a shot off, I mean, you got to get a shot off to score, right?
Yes, one would think, unless there's a disqualification of some sort. Here's LSU with a dunk by Mwani Wilkinson. That's his second dunk of the ball game. Freshman, 6'5", from Las Vegas, Nevada. And it gives LSU the lead, 25-23. Georgia with the basketball. Kyer in front court. One-handed pass to Michael Starks. Kamara is back in with 2 fouls now. He runs without the ball into the basket, into the right corner. Horn on the right wing takes a 3 from about 24 feet. Hits the back of the rim, no good, and the rebound to LSU. Tigers, Smart, uncontested 3, left it short. Days out of nowhere, gets the rebound high above his head in the lane. Feeds it back in a drive by Thomas. Windmill scoop shot won't go. Rebound fought for and won by Georgia. Dogs off and running. Kyer to Kamara to Starks. Feed it inside to Garcia. Banks it in from the right edge of the lane.
That's as nice a teamwork as I've seen the Dogs. That was terrific. Like 3 different guys, but about 4 different passes. Each time quick, no dribble.
Smart for 3. Answers on the other end for LSU. That's his 3rd of the ball game. Right wing three to give LSU a 28-25 lead. LSU's pressuring a little more on defense now. They're forcing the issue. Get it into Garcia. Jump hook in the lane is off target. Rebound to the Tigers. LSU will bring it up right to left. Work it around the perimeter. Wilkinson out of the corner. 2 dribbles. One-handed pass, top of the key. They go to Thomas. He'll give it to Smart. He's guarded by Starks now. Over to Watford for 3. Left wing, good. We didn't really have anybody on Trendon Watford. That's his first 3 of the contest for the 6'9 sophomore from Birmingham, Alabama. 31-25 LSU. Drive by Kamara. Left baseline to the basket. Good.
Once he had the baseline, there was nobody there to stop him. He went straight to the glass, laid it in. Beautiful.
31-27.
Good move by Tamani.
LSU with a 4-point lead in the ball. Days going to take a 3. Right wing. No good. Boy, they pump up the threes. Rebound to Kyer for the Dogs. And his pass into the corner goes to Horn, who stepped out of bounds on the far sideline. I think he was out of bounds possibly when he was receiving that pass. Doug Schow's right on the call as he blew the whistle. And the Dogs turn it over again without getting off a shot. 8th turnover of the half for Georgia. That's a lot of empty possessions. 31-27. Tigers lead the Dogs. 5:12 to go first half. Georgia in a man-to-man. Tyron McMillan in the ball game, trying to play some defense and deny the ball to LSU that time. Got called for going through the player. He went over the top. Got called for the foul. McMillan, the 6'9 sophomore, junior college transfer, picks up his first. LSU works in front court. 5:05 to go in the half. They lead the Dogs by 4. Here's Thomas, the freshman. Called for an offensive foul. LSU for an illegal screen.
I tell you, you look at Tyron McMillan and his wingspan. If there's a guy that could get away with reaching over the top, it's him. He's got the longest arms. That young man is just like, I don't know what his measurement is from fingertip to fingertip, but you better have a long tape measure.
Watford got called for the illegal screen for LSU. That's a turnover for the Tigers. Still a 4-point lead for LSU. Dogs with the ball. Severe Wheeler feeds it down inside. Tapped away from Georgia. Stolen back by Wheeler at half court. Going to drive inside. His layup attempt blocked by Days. Right back down to Wheeler. Dogs with another chance. Kamara feeds McMillan. And McMillan will score on a lay-in, but there's a whistle and a foul as Mwani Wilkinson goes in the air and crashes to the floor.
I don't think they're going to count the basket, but definitely a foul.
Wilkinson.
Boy, his teammates don't seem overly concerned, do they?
It's like nobody's touching him. He finally gets up off his. He was laying on his back, just staring at the ceiling of the arena. Well, looking at a replay now as Wheeler, he was fouled by Days on the drive to the basket. Then McMillan got fouled as Wilkinson went up in the air and came down on him after the pump
They
fake.
should count this. Did they count it? No, they did not.
They have not.
Well, that should have been counted. That should have definitely been counted.
Georgia inbounds instead. Wilkinson with his second foul. That's the 6th team foul. Kyer for 3. They count that. Kyer for 3 from the right wing. Justin with his first basket of the ball game. And it's a big one to make it 31-30.
That would have been embarrassing had they not counted that one.
Thankfully they did. LSU with a 1-point lead and the ball. Drive from the left side. The lay-in is good on the drive by the freshman Jalen Cook. Scored from the left side of the iron. Georgia attacks quickly. Wheeler curls it around on the dribble. One-handed pass cross court to Kyer. Looks behind and gets instructions back on the back end of the floor from Tom Crean. Now Wheeler penetrate, kick out right to Kyer. Back above the arc to Kamara. He's going to drive inside. LSU called for a blocking foul near the basket. And that'll be the 7th foul on LSU, and the Dogs will
the 7th or the
get
6th?
into the bonus.
TV has it at 6.
Well, that's their 7th. Now, they did have 6. Now they've got 7, and we've got a timeout. 33-30 is our score. LSU by 3 over the Dogs, but Georgia be on the free throw line when we come back. 3:42 to go first half. Back in a moment. Bulldogs Sports Network.
Northside Hospital reminds you to stay safe and stay healthy during the pandemic. It's easy to do a few simple things every day. Wash your hands frequently and disinfect hard surfaces in your home. Don't touch your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. Always wear a mask in public and wash your hands before and after removing your mask. And if you're in a crowded place, stay at least 6 feet apart from others. For more information and CDC safety guidelines, go to northside.com/COVID-19.
Follow the Dogs on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Georgia Basketball. More Bulldogs hoops in a moment after this from your local station.
Long-lasting protection against COVID-19 is crucial to a safe living and work environment. That's why Georgia Athletics has chosen Cleanwell Services as their official disinfection partner. The trained technicians at Cleanwell use a CDC and EPA-approved nanotechnology-based cleaner that sticks to surfaces for an industry-leading protection lasting beyond 30 days. The Bulldogs trust Cleanwell, and if your business wants to keep your employees and customers safe, you also need to trust Cleanwell. Visit cleanwellsafe.com to get started today.
At Subway restaurants, deals are delicious. And right now, you can choose from 2 great deals on delicious meals. Get a 6-inch cold cut combo, spicy Italian or Black Forest ham, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $6. Or choose a 6-inch chicken and bacon ranch melt, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, or steak and cheese, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $7. Either way, you get a great deal on a delicious meal. Only at Subway restaurants. Limited time only at participating restaurants. Additional charge for extras plus applicable tax. No additional discounts or coupons may be applied.
Chucky, last year we lost to these guys by 30 in March in Baton Rouge. It's a 3-point game now, late in the first half, 33-30, LSU leads Georgia.
You know what, and this is more like the Georgia team that we saw in the first 7 games of the year, as opposed to that Georgia team we saw last week against Mississippi State. They're playing far more aggressively, getting up and down the floor. They're getting on the glass. They're making shots. This is what we're accustomed to seeing so far this season. Not make last Wednesday the exception.
Tumani Kamara at the foul line for the Dogs, where he misses his first free throw. He'll get the second one here. 2-shot foul for Kamara. He knocks it down. He's got 7 points in the game. He and Wheeler are the leading scorers for the Dogs, each with 7. And it's a 2-point LSU lead, 33-31. Tigers with a basketball. They score in buckets. They average 86 a game. Tigers out of the corner, into the lane. Throw it up with one hand. Andre Hyatt, good. 6'6" sophomore guard from New York, scores for the first time tonight. And the Dogs are down 4, 35-31. Wheeler to Kamara, top of the key. Jab step and a handoff to Savir. He comes right on the wing to Kyer. Back to Wheeler, 12 on the shot clock for the Dogs. Wheeler attacks, left baseline, under the basket. He stepped on the inline. He really got forced by the defense deep into the floor, and he stepped out of bounds under the basket.
And another empty possession.
10th first half turnover by the Dogs. If you cut those in half and look at what could be, Dogs are trailing by 4, 35-31. Watford in traffic, attacks, and that's going to be a foul on the Dogs. If that's on Kamara, that's his third.
Wow. We've seen Tumani, we've seen this movie already a couple of times this year where he picks up a quick 3 or even sometimes 4 fouls and then has to play with that. And we've seen Tom Crean show no reluctance to leave him on the floor.
Well, they called it on McMillan, fortunately for Georgia.
Oh, well, good.
But that's his second. Tyron picks up his second. Kamara will stay on the floor. Garcia back in as Watford missed the foul shot. Watford's second attempt, also no good, but they got the rebound. Rats. Hyatt got the rebound, and then LSU rips a 3. Was that Watford that hit it? Yep. Well, he missed both foul shots and then got the 3-pointer. Well, it worked out pretty well for him. Watford on the year was 78% before missing those 2 free throws. Georgia answers with a 3 from the right corner. P.J. Horn knocks down his second of the ball game.
I tell you what, for a big guy, he's got a really good touch from behind the arc.
38-31. He's starting to get in stride on that 3-point shot. He was 5 for 10, against Mississippi State last week. A career-high 5 threes in a single game. And he's got 2 here in the first half. LSU for 3, won't go from the left wing. Jalen Cook, the freshman. Rebound to the Dogs. Wheeler brings it up, bounces it to Kyer, left wing. He pump fakes, sends it in on the bounce to Garcia, spins it to a triple team. No shot there. Kicks it back out front to Wheeler. Sevier dribbles with a left hand. They screen. Wheeler drives inside the arc, feeds it to Garcia. Andrew Garcia tried to dribble and drive, and he lost the handle. LSU with a takeaway. They push it up right to left. Give it to Smart for a 3. He leaves it short. The rebound down to Horn for the Dogs. We'll take it the other way. 38-34. 4-point lead for the Tigers. Now it's a 1-point lead. Kyer for 3. Left wing good.
Oh, he had that set up and measured, didn't he? He was standing there. He stood on that same spot. He'd been standing there for seconds when he finally got the ball. And then he didn't even hesitate.
We'll take some thirds, please. 2 for 5 for the game. Kyer on 3-pointers. Ball deflected and stolen on an interior pass by LSU. Wheeler, beautiful one-handed bounce pass down the lane. Garcia, lay-in is good. Oh, that was nice.
How about that? Under a minute to play here in the half. Dogs with the lead.
Dogs have taken the lead on an 8-0 run, 39-38 now. With 40 seconds to go, LSU's got the ball. Watford going to put it on the ground against Kyer. He falls down, no whistle. Watford shoots the ball, hangs on the rim and falls through good. A little home cooking for the LSU rim. Watford with 12 points in the half. LSU with a 1-point lead, 40-39. 20 seconds to go in the half, 19 on the shot clock. Wheeler's got the ball, long lob out front to Kyer. Catch and shoot 3. Oh, yeah, he got the bounce off the rim and the kiss off the backboard. Kyer for 3.
How about that?
We'll take it. That looked like he was at the carnival. Smart for 3. No, that's a 2 on the left baseline, and we foul him on the jumper. Of course, he drew the contact and then drew the attention of the official, a little acting on it, but they call the foul, I believe, on Garcia. And that's going to stop the clock with 3.3 seconds to go and put LSU on the foul line. As we'll look at a replay, as Javonte Smart. Did he even touch him on that? Boy, it was close on the hand or the arm, maybe.
There you go. Well, he may have gotten just a little bit, yeah.
LSU's, they've been trained in the flop, I know that. Free throw good by Smart. And he's in double figures with 10 for LSU. And Garcia will come out of the ball game after allegedly committing his second foul. The Dogs call the time with 3.3 seconds to go, and LSU has one more free throw to shoot. 42-41 now, Georgia surging ahead. We were down 38-31 and then had 9 straight points to take their largest lead of the ball game. Georgia's largest lead has been 2. LSU's largest lead has been 7 on a couple of different occasions. Dogs shooting 50% now. LSU at 46%. The turnover is still a bit of an issue. Georgia with 11. LSU with 6. Javonte Smart waiting to shoot that second foul shot. The 6'4 junior guard from Baton Rouge. 75% foul shooter. He made his first and waiting on the second final free throw.
Scott, 3.3 is time to get the ball up on the floor a couple of times and still get a decent shot off.
That's why Tom Crean called the timeout and got out the whiteboard. Free throw good. Georgia will inbound with Kamara. Now they'll switch, and Wheeler will throw it in. Fires it into Horn. Back to Wheeler at half court, into the front side. Three-pointer at the Horn. Maybe got the front of the rim, and it's no good, and that's the end of the half.
And got knocked down and no call.
Yep, he ended up on the seat of his pants. There was an official right there, just waved it off. So that's the end of the half. And a good half, a lot of offense if you like that sort of thing, and we certainly do. And it's 42-42.
Yeah, and you know what? judging by the way the Dogs played that first half, they're walking off the floor going, we can beat these guys. And, you know, they now think they can. I'm not sure they felt that way against Mississippi State last week. They struggled and didn't look good, and I think they, you know, that was a bit of a downer going into the locker room at halftime. This is a totally different game, different scenario. Dogs are doing a lot of things right, Scott.
Yeah, Georgia was down 7 late in that half, and they finished strong. And we go into the locker room tied at 42 apiece on the road in Baton Rouge. It's time now for the Georgia Power halftime show. Zach Jewell standing by in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios for that. And we'll send it to him after the timeout. Georgia 42, LSU 42 at intermission on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The SEC taught us that there's nothing like game day in Athens. And if you're all about the black and red, there's nothing like having the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions in your wallet. As the official bank of the SEC, Regions is here to help you pull for your team with everything you've got. To order your card, visit regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
Catches it, a spin move, drop step to the baseline. Land a jam.
Gets back for 3. Nailed it from way downtown.
Drives the lanes, kaboom, count it, and gets the foul. Are you kidding me?
Keep the excitement of game day going in a Nissan with game-changing tech that makes every drive as exciting as a game-winning buzzer beater. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive. Drivers who save with Progressive save over $750 on average.
Make your first play of the season a smart one. Get a fast and easy sports physical right around the corner from Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. With 27 locations offering extended hours and most open 7 days a week, you can book online to get in, get out, and get on your way to a championship year. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to schedule a sports physical today. Patient care services provided by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better. Hey Bulldog fans, Coach Smart here. My friends at Georgia United Credit Union now offer Georgia Bulldogs Visa debit cards. Now you can show your team pride everywhere you go and spend. Pick your favorite design and score yours today. Georgia United makes banking easy, friendly, and smart for busy members like myself. Attack the day with a free checking account that pays big interest. It's the smart choice. Visit at gucu.org/GoDogs for important account information. Insured by NCUA. Georgia United, the official credit union of Georgia Athletics.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to the Georgia Power Halftime Report. The Georgia Power Halftime Report is brought to you by Georgia Power, proud to power the Georgia Bulldogs. Live from the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios, here's your host, Zach Jewell.
And welcome to the Georgia Power Halftime Report as the Dogs are tied with the Tigers at 42 through 20 minutes of action. Today's Halftime Report is presented by Georgia Power. Georgia Power brings the energy for every game day and to your community too. Visit georgiapower.com/community to learn more. Quiet day around the SEC with only 3 other games to tell you about. One of them is in progress up in Knoxville, where they are also at the half. Arkansas leading number 9 Tennessee 40-33 halfway home. Set to tip off in a little over an hour. South Carolina will host Texas A&M, and Ole Miss will host Auburn again. Both of those set for 9 p.m. tip-offs in about an hour and 10 minutes later tonight. We'll take a break here and come back to check on everything else in the world of college basketball right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
These days I'm spending a lot more time at home, which means I need ways to easily control my comfort. And here's an insider tip. If you're a Georgia Power residential customer, you may be eligible for up to a $75 instant rebate on a smart thermostat. Here's how. Georgia Power's online marketplace features thermostats from brands like Google Nest, Honeywell, and Ecobee, as well as a variety of LEDs and smart home products like smart speakers, Wi-Fi routers, indoor cameras, and more. Just visit the site and start shopping. Shop now at GeorgiaPowerMarketplace.com.
To celebrate State Farm's surprisingly great race, we gave this game day jam surprisingly great lyrics.
I want a race that's great. Who is this? Free him tonight. Hey,
30-second news and special content on all things Georgia Bulldogs, visit GeorgiaDogs.com. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh? Then shop at Kroger. We give you more ways to save on the fresh you love with tools like the Kroger app, where you can find personalized coupons on top of weekly sales, giving you prices that are lower than the everyday low. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
And now you can save time and cash your government-issued checks free at Kroger Money Services. Limited time offer, restrictions apply. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield IMG College and JMI Sports under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Georgia. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the University of Georgia, Learfield IMG College, and JMI Sports. Announcers are provided by Learfield IMG College and JMI Sports and approved by the University of Georgia.
The Georgia Power Halftime Report continues from the Piedmont Healthcare Studios as the Dogs come out of the first 20 minutes tied with LSU at 42 apiece. Time now to look at scores around the rest of the country on this Wednesday evening. One game in progress now over in the ACC, where 19th-ranked Virginia Tech trails Louisville 52-42, 11:55 to go in regulation there. About to get underway in a little under 10 minutes. 11th-ranked Houston will host Wichita State. We've got two games tipping off in a little over half an hour. Number 10, Michigan, will host number 16, Minnesota, and 21st-ranked Duke will take the floor without Coach K as they host Boston College, who looks for their first conference win of the season. Three more games will come your way at 9 p.m. this evening. Second-ranked Baylor will host Oklahoma. Number 7, Creighton will welcome Seton Hall to Omaha, and 22nd-ranked Virginia will take on Wake Forest up in Charlottesville, Virginia. That does it for scores around the nation. Our score at the break, Tigers and Dogs knotted up at 42, halfway home. Scott and Chuck are back next to walk us through the first half numbers right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
No one gets you closer to SEC sports than SiriusXM. Tune in to shows on SEC Radio hosted by experts like Peter Burns, Chris Doring, Aaron Murray, and me, Jacob Hester. Plus, get conference news, analysts, and much more. From the off-season through the postseason, we've got your team covered anywhere you go. And now, you can try us out for free. Get a free trial to take your team with you on your phone, online, and at home. Start listening at SiriusXM.com/SECSXM.
Though this basketball season may look a little different, you can still grab an ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis for tip-off and cheer your team on from anywhere. So no matter where you are, remember nothing goes better with basketball than a smooth and refreshing cerveza. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive. Drivers who save with Progressive save over $750 on average.
At Subway restaurants, deals are delicious. And right now, you can choose from two great deals on delicious meals. Get a 6-inch cold cut combo, spicy Italian or Black Forest ham, plus chips in a 20-ounce drink for just $6. Or choose a 6-inch chicken and bacon ranch melt, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, or steak and cheese, plus chips in a 20-ounce drink for just $7. Either way, you get a great deal on a delicious meal. Only at Subway restaurants. Limited time only at participating restaurants. Additional charge for extras, plus applicable tax. No additional discounts or coupons may be applied.
At BMW, we made the ultimate range of SAVs. And because each of the 7 X-Range sports activity vehicles flawlessly balance dynamic power, spacious size, and sleek design, you can choose from a fleet that fits perfectly into your life. Like the versatile and bold X1, the unbelievably powerful X3, or the luxurious X7. No matter who you are, no matter where you're going, no matter what's next, there's an X to take you there.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
And welcome back to the bunker. Georgia leading, or rather tied with LSU, 42 apiece in Baton Rouge, the Bulldogs and LSU. It's our first half stats brought to you by Northside Hospital in Atlanta. Their surgeons have decades of experience with routine and complex surgeries. Today, Northside Hospital leads the Southeast in innovative procedures, performing nearly 40,000 robotic surgeries since 2005. Their confidence and compassion await you in Atlanta. You can learn more at northside.com. Let's pause 10 seconds before we get to the stats. Station identification on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Georgia shoots 50% in the first half, 15 of 30. The Dogs were 7 of 15 on three-pointers, 47%, 5 of 8 at the free throw line. We had 11 turnovers in the ball game, out-rebounded LSU by 6. The Tigers shot 46% in the half, 16 of 35. They were 6 of 18 on threes, 33%, and 4 of 6 at the foul line, 67%. They lead the league in free throw percentage, by the way, 80% as a team, and that's number one among all 14 conference schools. But tonight, just 4 of 6 from the line. They had 15 turnovers. They had 6 turnovers, 15 rebounds in that first half. The leading scorers in the ball game for LSU, Watford with 12 and Smart with 11 for Georgia. Justin Kier with 3 threes in the first half has 9 points to lead all Georgia scorers. Kamara, Garcia, and Wheeler all with 7. We're tied at 42, Georgia and LSU. The second half is on the way next here on the Bulldogs Sports Network. Hey, Georgia Bulldogs, some of us may be cheering from home this season. Maybe you've got the big TV and game time snacks, but no room to cheer. No sweat. You've got options. When you work with Rocket Mortgage, you see all your options right up front. From down payments to closing costs, you know what fits your budget. So, if you need a home big enough for your whole team, Rocket can. Get started at rocketmortgage.com. Rocket Mortgage, proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org number 3030.
Hey, it's your home, and I need to ask you a few favors. In the kitchen, there's a spider stuck between the window and the screen, and I know it's dead, and technically it's outside, but it's still freaking me out. Can you flick it out or something? Also, just to save some money, and it's super easy, could you bundle your home and car insurance with Geico? Last thing, could you take the holiday decorations down? Yeah, I'm one of those.
Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com today.
Follow the Dogs on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Georgia Basketball. More Bulldogs hoops in a moment after this from your local station.
Hey, Dog fans. Coach Kirby Smart here. Do you have a game plan for flu season? Get ahead of the competition by getting a flu shot at Piedmont. It's the smart thing to do. Stop by any Piedmont primary care, quick care, or urgent care location and stay healthy all season long. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to learn more and book online. Piedmont Healthcare, more ways to better.
At Subway restaurants, deals are delicious. And right now, you can choose from 2 great deals on delicious meals. Get a 6-inch cold-cut combo, spicy Italian or Black Forest ham, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $6. Or choose a 6-inch chicken and bacon ranch melt, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, or steak and cheese, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $7. Either way, you get a great deal on a delicious meal. Only at Subway restaurants. Limited time only at participating restaurants. Additional charge for extras, plus applicable tax. No additional discounts or coupons may be applied.
Along with Chuck Dottle, Scott Howard back in the bunker with you here for Georgia basketball. The Bulldogs and LSU tied at 42. Adam Gillespie is our engineer on site tonight, and Zach Jewell is our network studio host and producer in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Georgia, Chuck, closed the first half. We got down 7, which matched our largest deficit, but then scored 11 of the next 13 points in the ballgame, finished on an 11-4 surge. And here we are in the second half, going to the second half, tied at 42.
Well, when you look at the way that first half started and the way it finished, it was like, two different teams out there on the floor as far as Georgia was concerned, and two different teams as far as LSU was concerned, because we ended up winning the boards and winning the shooting percentage, not only from the floor in general, but from behind the arc. That is not the way it started. We started 1 for 6 from three-point land. They started 3 for 6.
Yeah, Georgia goes 7 of 15 on threes in that first half and has the ball to start the second half. Georgia will work to our left as we view it in our black uniforms, LSU in the gold.
And the zone
with the first possession. Here's Fagan way out above the arc on the left side of the floor. Cross court to Horn, into the corner to Kamara with 8 to shoot. Up the wing to Horn. PJ for 3. It's good. Scana Energy 3 to get the second half started.
If he's going to shoot threes like that, defenses are going to have their hands full, because he's a big-bodied guy who can go inside, too.
That makes Will Wade put his hands on his hips. He didn't like that one. That gives the Dogs the lead, 45-42. LSU for 3. They can't answer. It's off the rim. Rebound tapped up. Controlled by Kyer. Long pass into the front court to Fagan. He's clobbered at the rim by 2 LSU players, but his shot goes around the iron and falls through good.
And he should be at the line.
Fagan with the hard bucket there, 47-42. The Dogs' biggest lead of the ball game at 5. LSU, here's a 3. Smart from the left wing. Too hard, hits the back of the rim. Rebound, Georgia. Long pass to Kamara up into the front court. He catches it on the left block, turns and shoots with one hand off the rim. No good. Rebound to Watford for LSU. Dogs missed an opportunity there. LSU with a possession. They're down 5 now, just underway here in the second half, about 92 seconds in. And Thomas with a drive, the SEC's leading scorer, with a lay-in for only his 6th points of the ball game. He averages 25 a contest. Let's hope he doesn't start to heat up. It's 47-44, Georgia. Dogs handle the basketball. Kamara in the corner for 3. Off the rim, no good. Watford with a rebound. LSU pushes it up the floor with Smart. He curls around on the left wing. Threw it off the foot of Watford. It's going to roll into the backcourt. That's over and back as Kyer went charging after the ball. And LSU turns it over.
And smart play by Kyer, because if he was going to let it roll and not pick it up, you were now in front of him. You could pick it up and go to the basket, just lay it in. He went around behind him so he couldn't see him. It was a very smart play by Justin Kyer. And experience, well, that's what you expect. Guy's a graduate, transfer. He's been there, done that. He's seen everything in these games.
He has indeed. Transfer from George Mason. And he's shooting the 3-ball well tonight. He had 3 in the first half for his 9 points. Kamara's got it on the left baseline, spins to a double team. Up the wing, it goes to Wheeler, into the corner. Horn for 3, off the rim, no good. Kamara right there for the rebound, soft touch. Can't follow, but P.J. Horn does. He gets an offensive board and the putback. Horn with 11 now. He had 21 last Wednesday against Mississippi State, in double figures again in back-to-back games. 49-44, Dogs by 5. LSU with the possession. Smart drives around a screen from Days, down the left edge, finger roll, scoop up and in good with a right hand.
Well, you can't do that. You can't just leave him alone.
We've had a couple of those instances tonight. Long cross-court pass anticipated and stolen by LSU. Javonte Smart to the rack, shot blocked by Fagan, but a whistle and a foul. 49-46, Dogs by 3, and we just turned it over. And Fagan, I think, picked up the foul there. No, they called it on Wheeler. Fagan blocked the shot. I thought maybe he had contact, too, as we watch a replay of the previous basket by Smart. LSU Into Days on the block, puts it up and rolls around the rim and falls through good. It bounced a couple of times, stayed on that iron, and finally fell through. And it's a 1-point Georgia lead on the basket by Days. Fagan attacks left baseline. Jump pass right wing for three. Horns shot, no good. Offensive rebound, Kamara keeps it alive for the Dogs. Wheeler's got it now on the right wing. LSU packed into a 2-3 zone inside the arc. Kyer attacks, kick out, Kamara for three. Off the rim, rebound, fought for and won by Fagan. Put back, won't go, rattles
can't
out.
Get anything to fall.
Watford gets the rebound and clears for LSU.
My goodness.
Georgia missed about 3 opportunities there, and Watford scores on a driving layup for LSU to put the Tigers in front by a point. We missed and missed and missed, and they scored on the first opportunity. Here's Kyer to Kamara down the lane. Floater with the left hand. Good going towards the basket. Tumani with his first points of the half. He's got 9 now in the game.
Tumani almost seems to me to score more often or more frequently when he's got guys all over him as opposed to when he's wide open.
He might like that contact. He blocks a shot here. Ball is loose. Picked up by Days. Blocked again by Horn, but I think they're going to get a foul on PJ. All that action taking place right under the basket on the right end of the floor. And that'll get us into a timeout as well with 15:37 showing on the clock, and Georgia leading LSU by 1. It's Georgia 51, LSU 50. Timeout in Baton Rouge. Back after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Northside Hospital reminds you to stay safe and stay healthy during the pandemic. It's easy to do a few simple things every day. Wash your hands frequently and disinfect hard surfaces in your home. Don't touch your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. Always wear a mask in public and wash your hands before and after removing your mask. And if you're in a crowded place, stay at least 6 feet apart from others. For more information and CDC safety guidelines, go to northside.com/COVID-19.
These days, I'm spending a lot more time at home, which means I need ways to easily control my comfort. And here's an insider tip. If you're a Georgia Power residential customer, you may be eligible for up to a $75 instant rebate on a smart thermostat. Here's how. Georgia Power's online marketplace features thermostats from brands like Google Nest, Honeywell, and Ecobee, as well as a variety of LEDs and smart home products like smart speakers, Wi-Fi routers, indoor cameras, and more. Just visit the site and start shopping. Shop now at GeorgiaPowerMarketplace.com.
Even before the victory celebration is over, great teams are back at it the next day, working to get even better. The team at Ford understands how hard work and dedication pay off. Over the last 30 years, Ford Explorer has been America's best-selling SUV. In fact, all Ford SUVs, like Explorer, Escape, and Edge, are built for victory. Score a great offer today at your local Ford dealer. Based on total cumulative OEM reported U.S. sales for all SUVs from calendar year 1990 through calendar year 2019.
Dogs lead LSU 51-50. Welcome back to Bulldogs basketball. Hey, Bulldog fans, Rocket Mortgage is a proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics. If you want the competitive advantage to score a new home, Rocket can. And right now is a great time to come in and get exceptional offers on the full line of BMWs. Visit one of your Atlanta area BMW centers soon for a test drive. BMW is a proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. 51-50, Georgia leads LSU with 15:36 remaining in the ball game. The Dogs opened up a 5-point lead here in the half. That's their largest of the game, but LSU, of course, attacked right back, and they are at the foul line right now with Darius Days, 6'7", 245-pound junior forward, shooting free throws. Number 1 is up and off the rim, no good. 73% foul shooter. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. He's got 5 points in the ball game. He averages 13.5 a game. Second free throw went in and came out. The basket spit it out right down to Tumani Kamara, who got the rebound. Wheeler's got it for Georgia. Has it knocked away from behind. LSU long lead pass. They miss a lay-in on the other end, and the rebound touched out by the Dogs as Josh LeBlanc thought he was fouled on the lay-in attempt.
I don't know how you miss a wide-open dunk, but he did. Here you go. Look at this. How do you miss this? Just right off the front of the rim.
I think he was anticipating more contact than he got from Wheeler. Sevier was just a slight hand on the hip as he went up in the air. Now out of bounds play. LSU will score on a soft lay-in by Darius Days to make it 52-51 LSU.
All right, Dogs in a bit of a scoring drought here.
They trail by a point. We've got the ball. Kyer overhead hard pass to Wheeler. Left-handed three off the rim, no good. Rebound down to LSU. Javonte Smart pulls it down the middle of the floor. He has his pocket picked. Kyer came up with it. 2-on-2 now to Christian Brown. Dunk from the left side.
Well, that's one way to make sure you break the drought. Just dunk it.
Kyer with the assist, and Christian Brown with his second basket of the ball game. And it's Georgia back in the lead, 53-52.
Look at the fast break points now. Dogs 11, LSU none.
Days spins against Horn on the left block, misses the lay-in. Rebound Kamara for the Dogs. Up ahead Wheeler, he explodes to the basket. His layup is blocked by LSU. The rebound is bouncing on the floor. Last touched by Georgia, says the officiating crew.
Well, they had to discuss it. They weren't sure.
It went out of bounds off the bounce, and I believe they said Tumani touched it last, so it'll be LSU's ball, as Kamara may be coming out of the ball game for Garcia now. And LSU will inbound it, bring it up the length of the floor. 53-52, Georgia leads by 1. Less than 14 and a half minutes to go in the ball game. Georgia's 5 on the floor, Kyer and Wheeler, Horn, and Garcia and Christian Brown. Here's Thomas down the lane. His shot is altered, no good. Offensive rebound, LSU. Andre Hyatt with the board and the putback good. LSU's regained the lead now, 54-53 on the basket by Hyatt. That's his second of the game. Kyer pinned in at half court. Just throws it over his head to save it from over and back to Garcia. Over to Horn for 3, no good. Offensive rebound, Garcia, put back is good.
Oh, thank goodness.
He's the garbage man.
Yeah, but hey, look, right now we'll take anything we can get because nothing's falling for us.
Drive by LSU. Smart misses the shot, but Hyatt is there to clean up the mess, and he dunks it home. LSU 56, Georgia 55. Hyatt's been a blessing in disguise off the bench for LSU. He's got 6 points. He didn't play in the last 2 games against Florida or Texas A&M. And now a whistle will stop play with 13-19 to go in the contest, with LSU up 56-55.
And their first foul of the second half.
They called a foul on LeBlanc. Josh LeBlanc, the Georgetown transfer from Baton Rouge. Georgia inbounds and goes back to work. Wheeler's pass to the wing is deflected and taken away by LSU.
We're just getting too many of those. Way too many of those.
14 turnovers in the game already for Georgia, and we've still got better than 13 minutes to play. Smart works from the wing, tries to drive. That's going to be a foul on the Dogs. Hand check foul on Garcia. And Andrew Garcia picks up his third for Georgia. 13:01 remaining. Tigers lead the Dogs by 1. Watford, right baseline, throws it in, throws it right to Christian Brown, who intercepted it to Wheeler. Up ahead to Kyer, lay in good, foul, count the basket. Justin Kyer to the line for an and one.
Justin Kyer does so many smart things on a basketball court. It's fun to watch. He took the ball on the left wing. He knew he was in front of the defender. He cut right in front of him so he could lay it in and draw the foul. Rather than stay on that left wing and just lay it up, he cut into the middle, drew the foul, and laid it in.
Foul was on Charles Manning for LSU, and that play started with the steal on the inbounds by Christian Brown as Kyer sinks the foul shot. He's got a dozen points, and Georgia leads by 2, 58-56, 12:50 to go in the game. Dogs trying to end a 3-game skid in the series against LSU. Watford with a pump fake, a double team. He shoots from the left block. It won't go. It rattles off the rim, but he'll go to the line, have to earn it there. Foul's going to be on P.J. Horn for Georgia, his second. Watford to the line. 6'9" sophomore from Birmingham, Alabama. He had a double-double against the Dogs in that last game back in March. That was our last regular season game as Watford misses the foul shot. before Georgia went to Nashville and beat Ole Miss in their one and only SEC tournament game, and then the season came to a halt after that.
Boy, everything came to a halt after that. Wasn't just the season. Seemed like 2020 came to a halt.
You may be right. That. Watford, right-hander, misses the second foul shot, and they get the rebound. LeBlanc got the rebound on the 2 missed free throws. Watford's missed free throws a couple of times tonight, and he's a good free throw shooter at almost 80%. LSU for 3, right wing, won't go. Rebound to the Dogs. Horn got it as Hyatt missed that 3. Wheeler stumbles, drives down the lane, throws up a prayer, and it goes. He was falling down, and he just threw the ball up, and it came down right through the net.
Well, that basket owes the little fella a few.
Oh, Wheeler with 9. 3 for 9 tonight, but that one was a lucky one, I think. 60-56, Georgia by 4. Hyatt, overhead pass to the far side to Eric Gaines. Back over to Hyatt for a 3. Off balance. Oh, he bricked it. Rebound to Horn. Gives it to Kyer. We've got 2 guys on that side of the floor. They drop it off. Kyer drops it off to Wheeler. He'll walk it up the right wing. Christian Brown slides over on the left side of the floor. They get their spacing a little bit better now. Brown, crossover dribble through the paint, and a foul on LSU. And I think he got LeBlanc.
Yeah, that's
if I was reading the official
too.
right. Yep. Josh LeBlanc with the foul, a blocking foul. And we'll get into the timeout with 11:37 to go. Georgia by 4. Dogs 60. LSU 56 in Baton Rouge. Back after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hey, Dog fans. Coach Kirby Smart here. Do you have a game plan for flu season? Get ahead of the competition by getting a flu shot at Piedmont. It's the smart thing to do. Stop by any Piedmont primary care, quick care, or urgent care location and stay healthy all season long. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to learn more and book online. Piedmont Healthcare, more ways to better.
For up-to-the-second news and special content on all things Georgia Bulldogs, visit GeorgiaDogs.com. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hey Bulldog fans, Coach Smart here. My friends at Georgia United Credit Union now offer Georgia Bulldogs Visa debit cards. Now you can show your team pride everywhere you go and spend. Pick your favorite design and score yours today. Georgia United makes banking easy, friendly, and smart for busy members like myself. Attack the day with a free checking account that pays big interest. It's the smart choice. Visit at gucu.org/Go Dogs for important account information. Insured by NCUA. Georgia United, the official credit union of Georgia Athletics.
At BMW, we made the ultimate range of SAVs. And because each of the 7 X-Range sports activity vehicles flawlessly balance dynamic power, spacious size, and sleek design, you can choose from a fleet that fits perfectly into your life. Like the versatile and bold X1, the unbelievably powerful X3, or the luxurious X7. No matter who you are, no matter where you're going, no matter what's next, there's an X to take you there.
Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs!
Welcome back. Georgia with a 4-point lead over LSU, 60-56. No one gets you closer to SEC sports than Sirius XM. You've got news, conference news, analysis, lots more. All your favorite personalities from off-season through postseason. Your team is covered anywhere you go, and now you can try them out for free. Get a free trial to take your team with you on your phone, online, and at home. Start listening at SiriusXM.com/SECSXM.
Scott, I'll tell you one thing. You know, we were all a little bit concerned on how Georgia would respond playing its first road game of the season. I think we've gotten our answer. These guys have handled this very well.
No ill effects thus far, and in fact, it's a good performance going toe-to-toe with a team that has a decisive edge at home against us in the series history. Dogs working the front court. Wheeler is double-teamed. He tries to pass out of it. His pass is deflected and stolen away by Mwani Wilkinson, the freshman for LSU.
And they jumped the little fella a lot, make him try to pass over the trees.
15th turnover in the ball game by the Dogs. We lead by 4. Straightaway jumper, Thomas. Won't go. Rebound Kamara. Oh, tried a lazy underhead pass to Wheeler. It was knocked away and stolen by Josh LeBlanc. They feed the trailer Watford, and he's called for an offensive foul.
Yeah, no basket. That was Tumani made a mistake, letting the ball get taken away from him, then made a great play, establishing himself right in the middle. That guy just ran right over him.
And Will Wade, their head coach, got mad. He took his mask off and screamed obscenities at the officials.
Oh, my goodness.
Georgia with a 4-point lead. Brown on the left baseline, bumped out of bounds, throws it to the wing, threw it away. Another turnover by the Dogs. Taken away by LSU on the wing. An errant pass by Christian Brown. He got in no man's land and tried to distribute the basketball, but there was nobody there. Watford works in the paint against Kamara, kicks it out to Gaines, high on the right wing. Wheeler guarding, but not tight. Now he attacks. Floater by Gaines, off the iron, no good. Tap in won't go for Wilkinson, and Georgia rebounds. LSU missing around the basket a couple of times there. 4-point lead for the Dogs. Wheeler kick out, right corner. Kyer for three, good.
Oh, Justin Kyer heating up from outside.
Kyer with a Scana Energy three. He's got 15 points in the game, his fourth three. And both of those are team highs for the Bulldogs tonight. 63-56 Georgia. A lot of time remaining, 10 minutes to go. But Georgia with its largest lead of the game, matching LSU's largest lead at 7. Tigers have the basketball. Thomas attacks on the right-hand dribble, right of the lane. There's that jumping in the air and acting like he was mauled thing that he does. He got the whistle. He got the call on the foul on Justin Kyer. But he jumps in the air and he twitches and flails about just to make sure the official saw it. First foul on Kyer for the Dogs. And that'll put Thomas, again, leading the SEC in scoring. Top 5 in the nation, averaging almost 25 a game, but tonight just 6 points. He's got 2 free throws coming here. And that free throw is up and in. Good. He's an outstanding foul shooter, 90% coming into the game tonight. Went 11 for 11 in their loss to Florida over the weekend. And had made 21 in a row in the last 3 games. He's made all 3 of his foul shots tonight. Second free throw is up and in. He's got 8. And it's a 63-58 Georgia lead, 9:48 remaining. Wheeler walks it across the timeline. Works high on the left wing. Here they come after him. He picks up the dribble, steps between, finds Kamara in the corner, shovels it into the paint to Kyer under the basket, throws it out on the wing. They move the ball back to Kyer, top of the key. 3, good! Justin Kyer feeling it from the top of the key range.
He is definitely feeling it.
He's got 18 tonight. That's his 5th three-pointer. Another Scana Energy bomb by Justin Kyer. 66-58 Dogs. Georgia plays man-to-man. Smart guarded by Wheeler. Picks his pocket, knocked the ball loose. Kyer picks it up to the rim and a one-handed dunk with the left hand. Oh, he's jacked.
Be a timeout, LSU.
He is jacked up. Justin Kyer now with 20 points in the ballgame. 68-58 Dogs with their largest lead. LSU.
Well, if I'm Will Wade, I'm trying to take a break here.
And they may when they get the ball across the timeline. I think they will.
Yeah, that's what
Smart almost traveled with the ball, kind of lollygagging to call the timeout. They wanted to get the ball in the front court, and they do call the time, and we will too. With 9:04 to go, Justin Kyer igniting the Dogs' offense. He's got 20, and the Dogs' lead is 10. It's Georgia 68, LSU 58 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Across the Northside Hospital system, our surgeons have decades of experience with routine and complex surgeries. Today, Northside leads the Southeast in innovative procedures. Since 2005, we've performed nearly 40,000 robotic surgeries. Our board-certified surgeons are acclaimed for non-invasive techniques. Their confidence and compassion await you at Northside. For complex surgeries, choose the best surgeons. Learn more at northside.com.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh? Then shop at Kroger. We give you more ways to save on the fresh you love with tools like the Kroger app, where you can find personalized coupons on top of weekly sales, giving you prices that are lower than the everyday low. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
For a burst of flavor, pick up Kroger brand Gala, Fuji, Granny Smith, or Ambrosia apples. They're just 99 cents a pound with card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
To celebrate State Farm's surprisingly great race, we gave this game day jam surprisingly great lyrics.
I saved a lot this year because I called the pros. I am calling State Farm. I gotta make a phone call. We got that coverage here. Protect your car and home. I am calling State Farm. I gotta make a phone call. You can just call now. There's a little bit of great rates with a little bit of great. Look at my quote now.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Scana Energy is a proud partner of Georgia Athletics. For every three-pointer scored by the Bulldogs, Scana Energy will make a $25 donation to the University of Georgia General Scholarship Fund. And the numbers for you tonight, Georgia with 10 three-pointers in the game. And for the season now, 57. That's $1,425 from Scana Energy. And thank you very much. Georgia with a 10-point lead now, 68-58. With 9:04 remaining in the contest.
And what you want to do now, you got to finish strong. Look, you've got this lead. You've worked hard. You had them tied at the half. You've opened up a 10-point lead here with right at 9 to play in this game. So come on, Dogs. Finish this thing.
And the 10 three-pointers, 5 by Justin Kier, by the way, which is a career high for him. The 10 threes this season is a season high for Georgia. 10-point lead for the Dogs. We tick under 9 minutes to go. LSU with a possession. Here's Thomas, the talented freshman, works against Kier, goes into a double team on the baseline, shoots over it, and they say a foul on Georgia, and the basket, I'm guessing, will count for Cameron Thomas, the freshman guard from Chesapeake, Virginia. Only had 4 points at the half, averaging 25 per game this season.
Well,
which leads the SEC.
That may be their plan now, to try to get the ball in his hands.
Yeah, they count the basket. Here's his free throw opportunity, and it's good. So now he's got 11, 7 coming in this half, and it's a 7-point Georgia lead, 68-61. And LSU's going to come with some full-court pressure. Throw it into Kamara, gives it to Kier, still in backcourt. Justin will take it across the logo, down the middle of the floor into the front court for the Dogs. He feeds Wheeler, who comes back to retrieve the basketball. Xavier trying to direct some traffic, drops it off to Horn to Kier. They work out front, top of the key. 10 to shoot. Wheeler with the ball between the circles. Looking over the LSU D, jumps in the air, kicks it to Horn. 2 to shoot. Kier off the screen, shoots the 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound Days for LSU. Not a good possession for Georgia. They forced up a late 3 with 2 seconds to go in the shot clock.
See what they're doing. They're putting the ball in Cameron Thomas's hands.
Here he is, straightaway 3. He missed that one. Days gets the rebound. The putback is good. A whistle and a foul on the Dogs. Another 3-point opportunity for LSU.
You can't be giving them. This is back-to-back 3-point opportunities. They converted once, and let's see if they do it here. But, that's 6 points on 2 possessions.
And that foul is on Kier for Georgia, and that's his 3rd now, all coming here in this half. And that gets us into the 8-minute timeout. 68-63. LSU was down 10. They've cut it in half. It's a 5-point Georgia lead with a media timeout from Baton Rouge. Back in a moment on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The SEC taught us that anything is possible, that just when you think you've seen it all, you won't believe what happens next, that comebacks are not the makings of miracles, but are born out of preparation, perspiration, and perseverance. As the official bank of the SEC, at Regions, we take these lessons to heart and strive to bring our best every single day. What has the SEC taught you? Join the conversation with #SEC Lessons. Regions Bank, member FDIC.
Follow the Dogs on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Georgia Basketball. More Bulldogs hoops in a moment after this from your local station.
At At Subway restaurants, deals are delicious. And right now, you can choose from 2 great deals on delicious meals. Get a 6-inch cold cut combo, spicy Italian or Black Forest ham, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $6. Or choose a 6-inch chicken and bacon ranch melt, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, or steak and cheese, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $7. Either way, you get a great deal on a delicious meal. Only at Subway restaurants. Limited time only at participating restaurants. Additional charge for extras, plus applicable tax. No additional discounts or coupons may be applied.
Love getting prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh? Then shop at Kroger. We give you more ways to save on the fresh you love with tools like the Kroger app, where you can find personalized coupons on top of weekly sales, giving you prices that are lower than the everyday low. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Personalize your health goals with the new Kroger Telenutrition program. Visit Kroger.com/dietitian for a free 50-minute virtual session with one of our experts.
Georgia with a 5-point lead over LSU with 8 minutes to go from Baton Rouge. It's the Dogs 68, Tigers 63. This recap brought to you by Regions. You can get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit Regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. It was tied at 42 at intermission. Georgia then went on a 17-6 run at about the 15.5-minute mark. We were up by a point and then made it a 10-point lead, 68-58 with 9:04 to go. LSU scored the last 5 cents and looking to make it 6 straight with Darius Days at the foul line for an and one opportunity. Free throws in the air, and it is up and good, and Days in double figures now with 10. And he's the 4th LSU Tiger in double figures. Dogs throw it away after the inbounds. Smart with a steal and a driving layup good. And so our 10-point lead is quickly evaporated. It's at 2 now. And the Tigers with pressure in the backcourt as Xavier Wheeler was taking the feed, and we've lost our feed. Here we go. We got a basket somehow. I'm not sure how that happened. Let's see. It says a layup good by Wheeler. So
well, he took it the length of the floor.
Yes,
it was a beautiful layup.
It was.
It was left-handed.
It was exquisite. It was exquisite. Now LSU with another basket and another foul. Thomas will go to the line
again.
Count the basket. 3-point play opportunity. This is like their 3rd straight, or third in the last 4 possessions.
And they keep putting the ball in his hands. They're going to hand it to their talented freshman and say, here you go, try to win it for us.
Garcia was called for the foul, although he went, it looked from that angle, looked like he went straight up with the body, but moved along in the air with Thomas and apparently gave him a little bit of contact. That's the 4th foul on Andrew Garcia. And now LSU with a chance to make it a 1-point game. Cameron Thomas, free throw is good.
And they stay with the full court pressure.
Thomas now with 14 points in the ballgame. Dogs zip it into the front court. Fagan has it through the lane. Tried to roll it, I think, over to Wheeler, and I'm not sure exactly what that play was, but it was picked up off the floor by LSU. The Dogs turn it over. Thomas has got it now. Attacks, drives down the lane against P.J. Horn. Again, draws the foul. No basket this time. He's got to make 2 foul shots to make it count. But LSU has erased Georgia's 10-point lead. They trail by 1 and can regain the lead now with their best free throw shooter and number 1 in the SEC at the foul line.
Well, it's not coincidence either that we're seeing this young man at the line and then taking shots, because they're giving him the ball every single time.
And the free throw is good. He keeps that streak going. As Thomas tonight, 7 for 7 from the line. He's now made 28 in a row in the last 4 games. There's 29 in a row. He's got 16. He only had 4 at the half. He's got 16 now, and LSU has regained the lead, 71-70. Dogs had a 10-point lead. And now LSU on a 13-2 run. Wheeler driving layup, sweeps it high over 2 defenders from the left side, kisses off the upper portion of the backboard and drops down through good. He's got 13. That was one of those patented drives and high bank shot baskets by Xavier Wheeler.
Oh, look, they put the ball right back in 24's hands.
72-71, Georgia by a point. LSU ball, Watford's got it on the wing. Going to drive inside the arc, hesitate, works against Kamara, tries to shoot with the right hand, knocked out of his hands. LSU picks it up, and Wilkinson tries to score in front of the basket, and again, contact called on the Dogs. Whistled another foul against Georgia. And that'll put LSU back at the line. They're in the bonus, and now they're in the double bonus. 10th team foul on the Dogs. Did they get Fagan or Kamara for the foul? It was called on Fagan, and that's his first of the night. And again, LSU shooting double bonus now for the last 6:23, as the free throw by Wilkinson is good. He's got 5 points for the 6'5" freshman from Nevada. Missed the second free throw. Kamara, uncontested rebound for the Dogs. So LSU's tied it now at 72.
We got a 6-minute ball game here.
We were tied at 42 at the half. Georgia went up by 10 a few moments ago, 68-58, but LSU's come storming back. Knotted at 72 with 6 minutes and change to play. Wheeler into the corner. Horn for three. Won't go. Back of the rim. Kamara gets the rebound. The putback. Front of the iron and no good. Days with the rebound for LSU.
Boy, had our chances there.
Tumani takes his time just a little bit more and maybe gets that shot. Offensive foul in the setup for LSU. Just as they're getting into their set, offensive foul called. Will Wade not happy with the call, of course. And the Dogs will have the ball with 5:48 remaining, 72-72.
I think Cameron Thomas coming out of the game. That's good for Georgia.
That's who the foul was called, a push-off as Kyer was guarding him, and he just kind of shoved him away and then broke in the opposite direction to take the pass in the corner. Dogs with the possession. We work in front court now. Horn on the right wing to Wheeler. Wheeler above the arc. Puts it on the floor, dribbles behind the back, through the legs, feeds Fagan on the left wing. Back to Sevier, who's directing traffic with 9 to shoot. Moves to his right, spots up for a three, misses it off the rim. Watford the rebound for LSU. The big man brings it down the middle of the floor into the front court. LSU can lead with this possession. He falls down, he slipped and fell. Dogs with a 5-on-4 break here. Fagan to the rack, lay it good!
Oh, wow. Nicely done. Well-run fast break by the Dogs, and they capitalize with the bucket, take the lead.
74-72 Dogs. Ty Fagan with 8 points now on that driving lay-in. LSU with a possession. Watford with it at the elbow. Has it knocked away by Horn. Picked up off the bounce. Fagan down the middle of the floor. Bounce pass left. Kamara lay-in good. Whistle and a foul. Count the basket.
Love it.
Tumani will go to the line for an and-one opportunity. Kamara now with 11 points in the ball game to go with his 8 rebounds.
Well, and this is as good a time as any, as Scott to mention. Congratulations to Josh Brooks, our new athletics director. He graduated from LSU, got his master's from Georgia, and I'll guarantee you, tonight he's pulling all Dogs, and he just got to get us over the finish line here.
Well, let's hope so. Congratulations, Josh Brooks. Congratulations to Tumani Kamara. He sinks the free throw. He's got a dozen tonight. Closing in on another double-double, possibly. Needs a couple of rebounds to collect his 4th double of the year. Days layup attempt by LSU won't go. There's a rebound. Kamara up ahead. Wheeler threads the needle. Diagonal feed.
Oh.
Fagan misses the reverse. It fell off the right side of the rim. Rebound to LSU. Dogs up by 5, 77-72. It would have been, as it would have extended the lead. 4:13 to go. LSU attacks from the left side with Thomas. There's the automatic whistle blowing against the Dogs. Thomas gets a whistle on every drive to the rim. And the foul on Fagan. That's 2 on the junior from Logtown, Georgia. 77-72 Georgia.
And at this point, every foul on Thomas is basically 2 points.
Yeah, he's not missing. He's 8 for 8 from the line tonight with 16 points. He's missed from the field. He's just 4 of 14 tonight from the field. But he's going to get to his average at the line, it would appear, as he knocks down another foul shot. 9 for 9 now tonight with 17 points. And that's 30 in a row over the last 4 games from the free throw line. the freshman from Virginia. Free throw good. Came in at 90% and leading in the SEC in that category. Free throw shooting. Made it a 3-point game with those two. 77-74 Georgia. Horn has the ball. Overhead pass inside to Kyer. Double teamed. And LSU able to tie him up before they go out of bounds under the basket, says Gerald Williams. That was a quick tie-up call, and LSU has the arrow. So the Dogs lose the possession there on the tie-up, and with 3:58 to go in the game, we've got a timeout at the Pete Maravich Assembly Center in Baton Rouge. Georgia with a lead, 77-74 over the Tigers. Back after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Put on your red and black, grab your foam finger, and get ready to unleash the dogs. Scana Energy is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Every day is a dog day here, so get loud, Georgia. Join Scana Energy as we unleash the savings and cheer our team to glory this basketball season. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com to save.
Hey, Georgia Bulldogs, let's talk about your home game setup. You're probably watching from your living room, which might double as your home office, and maybe even a bedroom. Well, with rates at historic lows, it's a great time to refinance with Rocket Mortgage and get cash out of your home. Cash which you can use to remodel a basement or a den into the ultimate fan cave. When you're ready to upgrade your home game, Rocket can. Get started at rocketmortgage.com. Rocket Mortgage, proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org, number 3030.
The great point guards are rare. They're true leaders with a work ethic that never wavers and a desire to win that's second to none. There's one truck like that, Ford F-150. It's smart, powerful, and never backs down from the toughest jobs. That's why Ford F-Series has been America's best-selling truck 43 years straight. Learn more at buyfordnow.com or visit your local Ford dealer to score a great offer on F-150. Based on 2019 calendar year total sales.
Dogs lead LSU on the road tonight, 77-74 with just less than 4 minutes to go, 3:58 remaining. Did you know that right now Geico is offering an extra 15% credit on car, motorcycle, and RV policies? That's on top of what Geico could already save you. So what are you waiting for? Visit geico.com to learn more. Dogs are at 50% shooting for the ball game. LSU 44%. Georgia with a season-high 10 threes in the contest, but just 3 of 12 in the second half. LSU 6 of 23 for the game. They came into this one the second-best three-point percentage team in conference play, but tonight 26% for the game and 0 for 5 in the second half. But they've in the second half, Thomas has been kind of keeping them in the ball game at the foul line. As the very talented freshman Cameron Thomas is a perfect 10 for 10 tonight from the line. LSU with the ball. Javonte Smart takes it across the line into the front court, guarded by Xavier Wheeler. They screen. Smart reverses the ball over to Thomas. Thomas now works against Wheeler, going to shoot a three. That's no good. Rebound. Tap down to Kyer for Georgia. They're 0 for 6 in the second half. Thomas remains cold from the field now, 4 of 15 shooting. Dogs with the ball and a three-point lead. Kyer to Wheeler, left wing. Xavier directs traffic, walks slowly to the middle of the floor. Crossover dribble, kills it at the elbow. Back to Kyer, into the circle. Over to Wheeler, moves to his right, launches a three. Bricked it up there, missed it badly. And LSU had the rebound. Smart and Wheeler looked like they collided. There was no whistle, and the Dogs got the loose ball.
Well, if anything, it was a foul on LSU. He ran right over little Xavier.
They continue to play. Kyer with the ball between the circles. Goes to Garcia, who's back in with 4 fouls. Andrew across the circle, dribbles, hands it back to Wheeler. 7 to shoot. Xavier, left of the lane, kills the dribble. To Garcia for a three, uncontested. Rattled out, no good. Days got the rebound all by himself. 2:35 to go. It's still a 3-point Georgia lead. Wheeler, or rather Thomas, attacks. Running one-hander, missed everything, got the backboard, but nowhere near the iron. The rebound down to the Dogs.
Well, he's good at the line, but he's struggling tonight everywhere else.
4 for 16 and 0 for 7 on threes for the SEC's leading scorer, but 10 for 10 from the foul line tonight. Basket here would be huge for the Dogs. They lead by 3, 77-74. Less than 10 to go on the shot clock. Kyer works the dribble above the arc on the left side into a double team. Jump pass out front. Wheeler, deep three at the horn. He got it! He got it! Oh, my goodness. Deep three by Wheeler. Might have been a 28-footer. It's 80-74.
All is forgiven.
Huge basket by the Dogs.
Oh, no.
LSU answers quick three by Smart. And a timeout, LSU. They answered our deep three with one of their own. My goodness. Smart now with 18. What a shot by Wheeler. I wasn't through marveling at that thing. And then LSU answered in a hurry.
2-1. Look at this.
We're looking at the replay with Wheeler. He let it go with about 1 second to go on the shot clock, and it went through after the buzzer. And then Smart answered quickly in their possession on the other end for LSU. It's 80-77 as the Tigers call time with 1:43 to go. Georgia leads by 1 possession.
103 seconds, and we just got to get them to go by quickly and maintain this lead.
Kyer with 20 to lead Georgia tonight. Make it 4 players in double figures for the Bulldogs. Wheeler now with 16. That's his third three of the ball game. That matches a career best for Sahvir Wheeler on three-point shooting. Kamara has 12 points and 9 rebounds, and P.J. Horn with 11 points and 6 boards, and he's got 3 threes as well, but has been quiet here in the second half. Dogs with the ball and a 3-point lead. 100 seconds to play in Baton Rouge. Wheeler passes from backcourt to front court to Kyer. Kyer along the half-court line, skips it to Fagan. LSU extending the defense and trying to trap. Wheeler's got it to Fagan, open on the block. Had the ball knocked away. LSU with a takeaway. Thomas has the ball to Smart. LSU in front court. They work to try to tie with a 3. 1:15 to go. Smart to Watford. He penetrates. Kick back to Smart. Open 3. Count it. Straightaway 3. Javonte Smart unguarded, and we're tied at 77. Or 80 apiece, 80-80. Smart now with 21 points. That's his 5th 3 of the ball game, and Georgia wants a timeout. Javonte Smart.
2 straight, boy, I tell you, he was feeling it.
Back-to-back threes. Well, he's 47% when the day began. 3-point shooting. Coming off a 20-point game against Florida. He's got 21 here tonight against the Dogs. He's their leading scorer this evening, and we're tied at 80 with less than a minute to go. 56.6 seconds to play. Dogs trying to get their first conference win of this season. LSU trying to extend a winning streak over the Bulldogs in the series to 4 games. Dogs will have the ball after the timeout. Georgia has 2 timeouts remaining. LSU has 1. And LSU's in the double bonus. Georgia's in the bonus. Or will be on the next LSU foul, as a matter of fact. 80-80. What a game this has been. Georgia with Kamara and Fagan, Horn, Kyer, and Wheeler are 5 on the floor. Kyer will throw it into the backcourt to Wheeler. He'll take 3 steps and walk it into the front side. Georgia works to our left. Wheeler drives inside the arc, now backs it out. Smart goes with him. Fagan wants the ball. He stay in the right corner to Kyer. Goes baseline, falls down, loses the dribble. It went off the leg of LSU, out of bounds. It went off Days' leg.
6 seconds.
Kyer may have tweaked his leg or his ankle or something on that little collision, and he lost the ball, and it went off the foot of Darius Days, and then he undercut. Kyer did, undercut Days to the floor. So they both ended up on the court. It's going to be Georgia's ball, and as Chuck said, with 6 seconds left on the possession clock. Well, that was some good ball handling there by Kyer to dribble it right off the foot of Darius Days. He was just trying to regain possession, and it just happened to go right off the toe of the LSU forward. And
Well,
the officials are taking a look at it. 40.7 seconds to go.
Yep.
6 seconds on the shot clock. They don't change anything on the clock. They were just trying to confirm possession.
And that's exactly right. It's Georgia's ball.
80-80. Well, Georgia averages 80 a game, fourth best in the league. LSU averages 86 a game. That's second best in the league, so we're right in that neighborhood.
All right, who wants to play some defense down the stretch here?
We need some offense right here. Horn into Kyer, above the arc, back to PJ. Shot fake for three. He shoots it in, airballs it.
Wow.
He pump faked, got Days in the air, then he pulled it down and shot an air ball. And LSU catches the rebound underneath. 27 seconds to go, 22 on the shot clock. So they'll have to put it up. 4 seconds difference, shot clock and game clock.
My guess is they won it with Cameron Thomas, but
Smart's been the hot guy. He's going to hand it off to Thomas. Thomas now being chased by Kyer. Over to Days. They work above the arc, left side of the floor. 5 to shoot. Days with the ball in his hand. Going to dribble and drive. Contact, floater through the lane. Front of the rim, no good. Chase it down. Kyer. 2 seconds. 1 second. Long. Three-quarter court. Oh, he hit the front of the rim.
that almost went.
My goodness, he hit the front of the rim on that 75-foot launch. And that's the end of regulation. We're tied at 80. We're going to overtime in Baton Rouge. Georgia 80.
My goodness.
LSU 80. Can we grab a timeout here? Let's do it. A 1-minute timeout as we get ready for overtime. Georgia and LSU knotted at 80 apiece. Some free basketball on the other side of this break on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Now more than ever, it's important to support our local businesses, whether it's your favorite pizza place or your neighborhood barber. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for more than 85 years. Whether they are saving you money on a checking account or credit card, or supporting the people, places, and teams that we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. To learn more, visit their website at georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Hey, Dog fans. Coach Kirby Smart here. Do you have a game plan for flu season? Get ahead of the competition by getting a flu shot at Piedmont. It's the smart thing to do. Stop by any Piedmont primary care, quick care, or urgent care location and stay healthy all season long. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to learn more and book online. Piedmont Healthcare. More ways to better.
Well, regulation is done. We're going to go to overtime. 5 minutes on the clock, 80 apiece for LSU and Georgia. What a game tonight from Baton Rouge as the Dogs trying to get that first conference win, losing at home last Wednesday against Mississippi State. Had the weekend off. And, boy, they look like a different team compared to last week's game against the Mississippi State team.
No question. It's night and day. And the thing is now Georgia, they know, regardless of the outcome of this game, Scott, now they know they can play in this league with anybody. I mean, they go to LSU against a very talented LSU team, and, now you're dragging them into overtime, and you've had the lead much of the second half here. You got to be able to find ways to close games. When you're up 10 with, just 9 to play, you got to find a way to close that out.
Dogs win the overtime tap with Kamara out jumping Watford. Tap it back to Wheeler, and Georgia will have the first possession of overtime. 80-80 is our score. Kyer with 20, works his way into the lane, pivots back and throws it back to Wheeler with 13 on the shot clock. Back over to Kyer now. A long three from the hash mark, front of the rim, no good. Rebound LSU. Days ripped it down for the Tigers. Smart has it now in front court. He has 21 in regulation. Here's Thomas. Reverse it to Days. Long three, left wing. No good. Rebound, Kamara. Tumani now in double figures in rebounding and in scoring. He's got another double-double, 12 and 10 as Georgia gets it into the front side. We got a whistle and a foul.
Foul severe.
And that'll put the Dogs on the free throw line with the clock stopped, 4:14 in overtime. Tumani Kamara with 4 double-doubles this season. Back-to-back. He had 11 and 11 against State last week. And he's got 12 and 10 tonight against LSU. Foul was on Smart for the Bayou Bengals. That's his second. And it's going to put Xavier Wheeler on the free throw line, the 5'10 sophomore from Houston, Texas. Free throw number 1 is up and in. Good. And Wheeler with 17 tonight puts Georgia in the lead in overtime, 81-80. And the lefty hoists up his second foul shot. It also is good. 82-80 Dogs.
And if Doug Shaw had been looking down to his left, LSU stepped over the inline as they were inbounding the ball.
Nope.
And he was looking down court.
Javonte Smart almost lost the dribble trying to work against Wheeler. He may have tweaked his knee a little bit. He's kind of hobbling and grabbing at his knee. Watford called for an offensive foul in the meantime, while Smart stood out on the perimeter trying to flex his knee. Watford with an offensive foul. And that also is a turnover for LSU. That's his third foul of the ball game. 82-80, Georgia by 2. And we're in overtime.
Oh, wow. See that replay? Just hit him right in the chest.
Dogs possession. Wheeler, head fake on the 3, distributes to the right corner. Kyer with the ball. Hooks it back to Kamara. They leave him open. Long 3, front of the rim, no good. Rebound Smart for LSU. Up ahead, half court to Watford. Over to Thomas. Strokes a 3, his first of the game. Thomas with his first 3 of the contest, and comes in overtime. He gives LSU the lead. 83-82. Thomas now with 21 points. Dogs down a point with 3:08 to go in overtime. Wheeler holds, gets a screen from Garcia. Wheeler drives, scoops it down to Kamara, and Kamara under the basket with his back to the baseline gets fouled. Thomas, I think, called for the foul. And that's going to be free throws for the Dogs. 2 shots here. Tumani at the line. Kamara with another double-double tonight. 12 points, 10 boards. And the free throw is in the air and around the rim and out. No good. Deep breaths now. Come on.
Oh, man.
Kamara 2 for 4 from the line tonight. On the season at 64% when the game began. Second free throw by the lefty, missed them both. Now you can huff and puff.
I was huffing and puffing before.
We needed those. Down a point, 83-82, LSU with the ball. We're in overtime with 2:50 to go in Baton Rouge. Javonte Smart dribbles against Kamara on the left wing. Lob pass into Watford. Watford triple team, tries to put up the lay-in. It rolls short off the rim, but he got fouled again. He'll go to the line. 2:42 remaining. Foul on the Dogs again. And that'll put Watford at the line for 2, and that one's on Garcia, and that has fouled out Andrew. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Bulldogs Sports Network. (83-82) LSU by 1, as Andrew Garcia has just fouled out for Georgia. The 6'6" graduate transfer from Stony Brook finishes the game with 9 points and 3 rebounds. And that last foul is putting Trendon Watford, the 6'9" sophomore forward, on the free throw line for the Tigers for 2 shots. Watford tonight, 14 points and 7 rebounds. He's missed all 4 of his foul shots, however. 0 for 4 tonight, despite the fact that he came in at 78%. Big right-hander spins the ball in his hands. Free throw short. Front of the rim. 0 for 5 tonight from the line.
And those hits just keep on coming.
We'll take another one of those, please.
Yeah, absolutely we will.
Second free throw. That one's in the air. Back of the iron. Side of the rim. No good. Again, they get the offensive rebound on the missed free throw. As Mwani Wilkinson pulled it down, so LSU gets another opportunity here. They lead by 1. We're in overtime. 83-82 Tigers. with less than 2.5 minutes to go. LSU lost the ball. It rolls in the lane a little bit. They kick it out for a 3 to Smart. No good. LSU fortunate to even get a shot there. Here's Kamara to the rack. They block it off the backboard. Yes, goaltending is called. Give Kamara the bucket. He's got 14 to go with 10 rebounds now. And Georgia back in front, 84-83 here in overtime. That was Wilkinson called for the goaltend for LSU.
Yeah, once it's on the glass, you can't touch it.
Tigers with a basketball right into the floor. Dogs play a man-to-man. Thomas, they screen to get Fagan away, and then Horn, I think, called for the foul on the defensive switch.
Well, I tell you what, you know what? I have never seen a freshman get the calls that this kid. I mean, it's like he's been a superstar in the SEC for 20 years. Seriously, I mean, you know, just he gets every call.
Well, he really accentuates the contact. If he's in the air, on the dribble, on the floor, it doesn't matter. He gets to the line, and he's 10 for 10 there tonight. He has not had a good night shooting, and he's now 11 for 11 from the line. 22 points. And this is how he gets to his average. He was 11 for 11 against Florida in their loss on Saturday. Tonight, however, he is 5 for 17 from the field and a perfect 12 for 12 from the foul line. He's given LSU the lead again, 85-84, with 2 free throws there. 2 minutes to go in overtime. Georgia down by 1 with the ball. Wheeler slowly walking and dribbling into the front court. Goes to Fagan between the circles, to Kyer on the right wing. LSU guarding Wheeler very tight, but not really guarding the ball. Now Wheeler has the ball. We'll see how tightly they guard him. He attacks, spins at the foul line, jump past a Horn in the corner for 3, off the rim, no good. LSU loses the rebound. Got to be the dog. No, they're giving it to LSU.
Oh, you got to look at that.
Oh, yeah. Here's Doug Shows now. He's going to talk. Now they change it. They overrule. Yeah, Terry Weimer was saying LSU ball, and Doug Shows came over, had a better angle, and they go with Georgia. It is Georgia's ball. Or at least to us, that looked like the proper call.
Yeah, definitely off LSU.
So they have overruled the original call, and see if they're going to review it here in overtime.
Doesn't need reviewing. It's off LSU.
Well, they're going to review it. They want to make sure with 1:34 to go in overtime, LSU 85, Georgia 84.
They don't want to take my word for it?
They do not. Well, they're not the only ones. Dogs at 47% for the game tonight, 43% shooting for LSU. As we run down some of the numbers, 11 threes for the Dogs, a season high tonight on 34 attempts, however. 9 of 29 LSU's three-point numbers. The Tigers from the free throw line, 16 of 25. Georgia's only had 14 foul shot opportunities tonight, 9 of 14. There's the home court difference right there. And Thomas with an astounding 12 for 12 from the foul line for LSU. We're looking at the replay. Looked like it was out on Thomas.
It was.
Kamara was in there mixed up between Days and Thomas, but on that replay it looked like it came off the hand of Thomas last, so it should be Georgia's basketball, which is what the officials had changed the call to, overruling the original selection of LSU basketball. And Terry Weimer and Doug Shows continue to look at the replay monitor in Baton Rouge as we continue to look at the monitor from the Bulldog broadcast bunker in Athens. 1:34 to go in overtime. Dogs 85-84, trailing LSU here in the extra session.
Doug Shows, Georgia's ball.
We get another road game on Saturday at Arkansas. Saturday afternoon, 3:30 Eastern time for that ball game. We'll be on the air with you at 3:05 Saturday afternoon. Hope you can join us for some Bulldogs basketball then, but we've had a good one tonight. Georgia with the possession. 94 seconds to go in overtime. Dogs down 1. Wheeler looking, now just heaves it in. LSU contested. Kyer gets it. Back to Kamara on the baseline. Stumbles through the paint, throws it out of bounds. LSU saves it. Yeah, they let them play on. They saved it over the end line. Wilkinson backhanded it into Days. That was tight.
Yeah, Georgia turned it over there. Had no business letting that ball get that out of control.
LSU with a ball and a 1-point lead and a foul on the Dogs. Fagan. That's number 3 on Ty. That stops the clock with 1:15 to go, and it's 2 foul shots coming for LSU. 85-84 Tigers. We were deadlocked at 42 at the half, tied at 80 at the end of regulation. And now look who's back at the foul line, Thomas.
I tell you, they give him everything.
Well, he makes everything, too. There's another free throw that's good, and he's...
Well, I'm just talking about the officials. They give this guy more latitude than any freshman I've ever seen.
13 for 13, now 14 for 14.
I mean, usually you have to earn it.
25 points for Thomas, and 14 of those at the free throw line tonight. And LSU with a 3-point lead with 66 seconds to go. Kyer spins into the lane, lost the ball. As LSU was picking it up, they whistle a foul on the Tigers. Trendon Watford, I believe, was the guilty party. No, or is it on Thomas? He had a reach in. He actually is the guy that reached in and fouled the arm of Justin Kyer on the spin move. And so Kyer will be at the line, and the foul is on Thomas, but that's only his third with a 1:05 to go in overtime. Free throw by Kyer is good. And now Justin, first time we've heard from him in a while, with 21 points, his first point in overtime. Second free throw, all net, good. 22 points for Justin Kyer. He's the Dogs' leading scorer tonight. It's a 1-point LSU lead with 65 seconds to go in overtime. 87-86 Tigers. Smart into the front court. Over the logo, picked up there by Wheeler. To Thomas, high right wing. Guarded by Fagan. They screen with Days. Reverse the ball to Days. Shoot the 3. Good. And LSU a quick timeout as Days has given LSU a 4-point lead, a 2-possession lead now in overtime with 49.9 seconds to go. Second 3 of the game by Darius Days. 13 points in the game now for Days, the 6'7" junior forward from Raleigh, Florida. So LSU uses the time to stop the clock. Dogs are down 2 possessions now and 4 points. They've run that play before on the switch. When they pick up Thomas, it's a brief double, and then Days is left wide open, and he's a good 3-point shooter. They just reverse the ball to him. And that's his second 3 of the night, as we said. That's his 17th of the season. And he's almost a 40% 3-point shooter this year.
Well, and the Dogs, suddenly, they've really gone cold, from particularly with their jump shots. And not only that, struggling to get shots up. They're turning the ball over in the lane and just not getting good looks. We've had an air ball from 3. We've had some balls where we've thrown it away, trying to penetrate. We just sort of self-destructing here late.
Still 49 seconds to go in overtime, and it's a 90-86 LSU lead. Tigers at 6-2, trying to win their 4th straight over the Bulldogs. They've got Missouri lurking on Saturday night at Missouri. And as we said, Georgia on the road at Arkansas Saturday afternoon at 3:30. Our next home game will be next Wednesday night against Auburn, Stegman Coliseum at 7 o'clock.
I'll tell you what, though, neither one of these two teams, either Georgia or LSU, have picnics on Saturday.
No, they do not. Missouri lost a tough one last night. They were up a bunch on Mississippi State and in Starkville, and the Maroon Bulldogs just whacked the Tigers in the second half. Similar to what Georgia did to Northeastern in the second half of that ball game, and ran away and won by double digits after Missouri had led by double figures. Here it's a 4-point game as the timeout continues in overtime. 49.9 seconds to go. in the extra session, and LSU has outscored the Dogs in overtime 10-6 thus far, and they lead by 4. Dogs will have the ball when we come back out of the timeout. Georgia with 4 players in double figures tonight. Justin Kier leading the way with 22. Kamara has back-to-back double-doubles now in the SEC with his 4th of the season tonight, 14 points and 10 boards. Wheeler to inbound. Kamara, LSU, will not defend in the backcourt. And Doug Schowles will give Xavier the ball. He'll bounce it into Tumani. And Kamara just lets it roll. The clock not beginning. Now it begins to tick as he picks it up just shy of half court. Gives it to Wheeler. Wheeler on the right block. He's double teamed and fouled. They had Watford and Days surrounding him, and they call the foul on Trendon Watford, and he's incredulous about the call.
Well, and Xavier borrowing a page from Thomas's playbook there, but he really helped the call a lot. You watch here, you'll see Xavier really gives it the...
Watford reaching in and may have gotten him around the face, but he was trying to go for the ball, and Wheeler misses the foul shot. Oh, my goodness. Well, Tumani missed a pair in overtime. Now Xavier's missed one, and we're still down 4. 43.8 to go in overtime. Wheeler strips the net on that last one. He makes 1 of 2. It's a 3-point game. LSU with the lead and the ball. 41 seconds in overtime, 27 on the shot clock. Smart to Watford, and we foul him right as he's crossing the half-court line. Xavier just grabbed him and fouled him. That'll stop the clock with 36.2 seconds to go and put Trendon Watford on the free throw line, and he has struggled there tonight, to say the least. He's 0 for 6.
Well, that's exactly why I know. I was thinking at first, why commit the foul now? I know, because once it hit his hands, foul him.
Free throw in the air, good. He makes his first of the night.
But still, it was the right thing to do.
Watford with 15 points in the game now, 1 for 7 from the free throw line. 4-point lead for LSU in overtime, 91-87. Watford at 6'9", spins the ball, launches it, good. Made them both. So now it's a 5-point lead with 35 seconds. The clock ticked a little bit.
Yeah, it did.
Before we touched the ball as Wheeler let it roll. They don't pick it up. Here's Kier for 3. Good from the right wing. And Georgia with a quick timeout, 28.6 to go in overtime, and it's a 2-point LSU lead now with Justin Kier with his 6th three-pointer of the ball game. 25 points for the transfer from George Mason University.
I got to tell you something. That is a drill that I have watched Tom Crean run with his team over and over, where you pump fake, get your defender in the air, dribble once to the side, and then pump it. And that's exactly what Kier did. I mean, I've watched them in the gym. I can't tell you how long they run that drill, and it paid off.
It did. Ultra successful there for Justin Kier, the graduate transfer, leading Georgia with 25 tonight, 8 of 13 shooting the basketball, 6 of 11 on threes tonight. The 6 made threes is a career best for Justin Kier.
And I don't think there's any secret here to what LSU wants. They want the ball in Thomas's hands and see if they can't get him to the line.
92-90. LSU by 2, 28.6 seconds to go in overtime at the Maravich Assembly Center in Baton Rouge. Watford throws it in. Georgia almost stole. Oh, Kier done. Oh, what a play. He got the ball in the air, jumped in the air, and threw it off LSU.
It's Georgia's ball.
It should be Georgia's ball. Kier with a Larry Bird type play. Stole the inbounds, jumped in the air, threw it off LSU's player, and out of bounds it went. That should be Georgia's ball, I think. We'll look at the replay.
No doubt. That is Georgia. Oh, they're saying. He's saying Kier stepped out of bounds.
He stepped on the baseline when he was jumping in the air, they say. Gerald Williams said Kier's toe caught the baseline. Now Watford throws it into Smart. So LSU got to keep the basketball and inbound it again. Smart to half court to Watford. Kamara reaches from behind, grabs his shoulder, and fouls him to stop the clock with 18.4. And that'll put him on the line for 2 foul shots. Boy, I would like to see a replay on that Kyer play again.
Here it is. Here it is.
No!
Oh, my
wow.
gosh.
Boy, they completely missed it.
Horrible call.
Completely missed the call.
Horrible call.
And didn't look at a review. As Kyer's foot was at least 6 inches inbounds. It was not near the baseline. It should have been Georgia's ball on a tremendous play by Kyer. Meantime, Watford misses a free throw again on the other end. So the door is left open. It's a 2-point lead for LSU, 92-90. And Watford with another foul shot to come. Second one in the air, and that one's good. So it's a 3-point lead for LSU. The officials, Gerald Williams absolutely blew that last call, and they didn't review it. Dogs let the inbounds pass roll into the front court. Picked up by Wheeler. He attacks the basket. Layup good. Spinning move. Off the glass. It rolls in good. 93-92. Quick two-pointer by the Dogs and a timeout with 15.1 seconds remaining in overtime. LSU has a 1-point lead.
I tell you, look, I understand referees are human and they make mistakes, but, boy, you just hate to see a mistake like that cost these kids who've worked so hard tonight.
Especially after just a tremendous play by Justin Kyer. He did so many things on that play.
He really did. You're exactly right, Scott. Just great effort by Kyer and makes a tremendous play to get Georgia, to earn Georgia back the basketball, only to have it taken away because the official doesn't see the call correctly. And then they don't look at it.
LSU's going to have the possession here with 15.1 to go. Overtime, 93-92. Tigers leading the Dogs in Baton Rouge. Well, somebody's going to have a broken heart in about 15 seconds, possibly, unless we go to another overtime.
Well, you know they want the ball. They want to get the inbounds pass into Thomas's hands. That's who they want at the line. We used to want J.J. Frazier at the line. They want Thomas at the line.
We're watching Tom Crean at the scores table. And he's talking with one of the officials. I'm not, obviously not, we're not there, so I don't know what the discussion is. I would like to discuss that missed call going back to the previous possession. I'm not done with that. But they've moved on from that. LSU ready to inbound. Watford runs the baseline. Back and forth. Kamara guards. They throw it into Thomas.
You double him right
we
there.
double him. We try to trap and try to tie up, and they call a foul on Tumani.
And that's going to be Thomas at the line.
Ugh. Well, even if he makes them both, it'll still be a 3-point game with 11.3 seconds to go. And Thomas has not missed tonight. He's been dead-eye perfect, 14 for 14 from the foul line for the SEC's leading scorer. Despite the fact he's 5 for 17 from the field, he's got 25 points in the game because he has a knack for getting to the foul line. The foul was on Kamara, his fourth. 11.3 seconds remaining in overtime. LSU with a 1-point lead. And LSU has a timeout for Darius Days. Maybe has blood on his uniform. Maybe a little cut on his wrist or something. They're trying to wipe him down, wipe off his uniform to get the blood off the uniform, and they're going to let him come back in the ball game. Despite that, one of the trainers had some sort of disinfectant. They were wiping his shorts down. Now Cameron Thomas at the foul line. Free throw, his first miss of the night, around the rim and off.
Wow, man bites dog.
14 for 15 now. 93-92 is the score. He made the second one with a lot of bounce and roll. So the Dogs have a chance here. A 2 to tie, a 3 to win with 11.3 to go in overtime. Wheeler takes the inbounds and sprints into the front court where Tom Crean will get his final timeout.
Plenty of time to come up with a play.
Yeah, when you're in a half court as well. So that's what the Dogs will do. The head coach will take a seat and the team will huddle up around him. Georgia stops the clock for the final time. Thomas angry at himself for missing his first free throw of the night in 16 attempts. 94-92, LSU by 2. 9.3 to go, and we play in overtime here in Baton Rouge.
Well, let's see. You want P.J. Horn taking one? You want Kyer taking one?
You want to go for the win, or you want to go for the tie?
I think you want to go for the win.
Then either Kyer or Horn, I think, are your best guys out on the perimeter, at least tonight. Kyer 6 for 11 on threes. Horn 3 for 11 tonight. Not outstanding numbers by PJ, but he's a good three-point shooter. 5 for 10 last week against Mississippi State. And then sure. Wheeler's 3 for 8 tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure I wouldn't have Ty Fagan out there too, maybe to try to, if you're going
to rebound, certainly.
Boy, that's true too. He gets a lot of those.
We'll see how Georgia plays it out of the huddle here. There's Fagan on the floor with Kamara and Horn. And I would imagine Kyer and Wheeler. Yep, Kyer's going to inbound it.
That means that the ball could be coming back to Justin Kyer.
Front court near side. They'll put Kyer out of bounds to throw it in. Fagan is at the top of the key right now, and Wheeler on the opposite side from Kyer.
Justin Kyer had that look on his face of a guy whose number may have been called in that huddle.
Kyer throws it into Kamara, back to Kyer. Mishandles the dribble, chases it down right wing. 5 to play in overtime. Scoop shot for the 2. Off the backboard, no iron and no shot, and the rebound to LSU. They cover up the ball and they win the ball game.
Wow.
Kyer went for the scoop shot for the 2 to try to tie it, and it kissed off the backboard and came down over the top of the rim and never touched the iron. And LSU rebounds it and they win the ball game 94-92.
Unbelievable. Just breaks your heart. Georgia. That is just a terrific battle that the Dogs put up tonight, and I think we're going to see a lot more of this down the stretch of this SEC season. And I look for Georgia to win their share, because this is a good basketball team. We asked that question, Scott, at the conclusion of the loss to Mississippi State. Were we just not good enough for SEC play? Was it too high a step for us, or was it just an off night? And I think we got our answer tonight. Last week was an off night. Tonight is a game we could have easily been walking out of LSU with a win.
I would have liked to have seen how that may have turned out had the officials not botched that call on the terrific play by Justin Kyer in overtime. As it is, LSU wins it tonight 94-92 in overtime. Georgia's record is now 7-2 for the year. They've lost back-to-back games in the SEC. We dropped to 0-2 in league play. LSU wins its 4th straight over the Bulldogs. They are now 7-2 for the year and 2-1 in conference play. Stay tuned for our post-game coverage. It's brought to you by Regions. Get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Our final from Baton Rouge, LSU 94, Georgia 92 in overtime on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Though this basketball season may look a little different, you can still grab an ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis for tip-off and cheer your team on from anywhere. So no matter where you are, remember nothing goes better with basketball than a smooth and refreshing cerveza. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Long-lasting protection against COVID-19 is crucial to a safe living and work environment. That's why Georgia Athletics has chosen Cleanwell Services as their official disinfection partner. The trained technicians at Cleanwell use a CDC and EPA-approved nanotechnology-based cleaner that sticks to surfaces for an industry-leading protection lasting beyond 30 days. The Bulldogs trust Cleanwell, and if your business wants to keep your employees and customers safe, you also need to trust Cleanwell. Visit cleanwellsafe.com to get started today.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive. Drivers who save with Progressive save over $750 on average.
If you thought you saw the last of the double cheeseburger pizza from Papa John's, think again, because it's back again. And now they're debuting the sequel as a Papadilla, a quarter-pound of beef, zesty burger sauce, and pickles on crispy flatbread crust. Again, one more time. Get a large double cheeseburger pizza for just $12, or a new double cheeseburger Papadilla for $6. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Again. Not valid with discounts, fees, and taxes. Extra prices may vary.
Even before the victory celebration is over, great teams are back at it the next day, working to get even better. The team at Ford understands how hard work and dedication pay off. Over the last 30 years, Ford Explorer has been America's best-selling SUV. In fact, all Ford SUVs, like Explorer, Escape, and Edge, are built for victory. Score a great offer today at your local Ford dealer. Based on total cumulative OEM reported U.S. sales for all SUVs from calendar year 1990 through calendar year 2019.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Regions. Get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Coming up, reaction from the Dogs locker room, stats, and a look again at other games around the SEC and across the country. Now, let's go back courtside.
Scott Howard, Chuck Dowdle, and Adam Gillespie back here in Athens as Georgia has lost in Baton Rouge tonight, 94-92 in overtime. And what a game it was. Welcome back inside our locker room report, brought to you by Regions. Get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. And it came down to that final shot at Georgia with Justin Kier, just failed to get the two to extend the ball game. More than likely would have gone to a second overtime had that basket gone. But Kier, who had a terrific night, unable to get that final shot to drop, Chuck, and LSU escapes at home with a 2-point win.
Yeah, I think he was looking for the three. I think the play was drawn up for him to take a three to go for the win. And he inbounded the ball. He looked to me like he knew that ball was coming back to him. That was the play. He lost control of it a little bit. The defense jumped out on him. And at that point, I think he thought, my best bet is to go to the basket. And it still almost went. Just kissed the glass and didn't fall.
94-92 is the final. Justin Kier had an outstanding ball game, though, and perhaps his best play of the game was disregarded on a bad call by the official.
A no call. No, it was a bad call. You're right.
he stole the inbounds play, stole the inbounds pass, and jumped in the air. It saved it over the end line and threw it off an LSU player out of bounds. It would have been Georgia's ball had that play stood, but the official ruled that Kier touched the baseline as he was jumping in the air with the basketball, and the replay showed that that was not the case, that his foot was not on the baseline, or really not really near it. It looked to be about 6 inches inside, and it was a good play, but it didn't go Georgia's way, and the Dogs end up falling by 2 on the road here, 94-92. But Justin Kier is our IBEW player of the game for Georgia tonight, as he has a Georgia season-high 25 points this evening, a career-best 6 3-pointers in the ballgame, 6 of 11 tonight. He was 8 of 14 shooting, perfect from the foul line, 3 for 3. He had 6 rebounds and 3 assists and a couple of steals as well. And Justin Kier, an outstanding effort for the Dogs tonight, our IBEW player of the game.
Yeah, he definitely deserves it. Had a great game, and I think we're going to see a lot more of those from this young man.
So tough break for the Dogs as they drop back-to-back on the road, back-to-back games, and this one on the road, back-to-back in the SEC to fall to 0-2 in the SEC. And Arkansas coming up next, another road game on Saturday. So certainly the schedule is not any easier as you go into Fayetteville Saturday afternoon and try to get things right. The Dogs come up too short tonight to LSU in Baton Rouge. 94-92 in overtime. This is the Regions Locker Room Report, brought to you by Regions, where you can get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. We'll continue with our post-game coverage. We hope to catch up with Coach Tom Crean in just a few moments, and we'll do that after this timeout on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The SEC taught us that it's easy to love winning, but that the best of the best know where to look for the win, even in losing. Because setbacks are an inevitable part of almost any endeavor, and the hardest lessons are the ones that teach us the most. As the official bank of the SEC, at Regions, we believe every day is a good day to dig deeper. What has the SEC taught you? Join the conversation with hashtag SEC Lessons. Regions Bank. Member FDIC.
Northside Hospital reminds you to stay safe and stay healthy during the pandemic. It's easy to do a few simple things every day. Wash your hands frequently and disinfect hard surfaces in your home. Don't touch your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. Always wear a mask in public and wash your hands before and after removing your mask. And if you're in a crowded place, stay at least 6 feet apart from others. For more information and CDC safety guidelines, go to northside.com/COVID-19.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive. Drivers who save with Progressive save over $750 on average.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Me, but also you. The Pharaoh fast forwards his favorite foreign film, Powder Donut. Okay, what's my line?
The only line I see here on the script is get options based on your budget with the name your price tool from Progressive.
Oh man, that's a tongue twister, huh? I'm sorry, I'm gonna need a few more minutes. Bulbous Walrus, the Bulbous Walrus.
The name your price tool, only from Progressive.
The owl ran afoul of the comatose coxswain.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Well, the Dogs fall in overtime tonight in Baton Rouge, 94-92 to LSU. The Tigers improve to 7-2 on the year. The Dogs fall to 7-2. This was our first overtime game of the year. Looking through the schedule from last season, Georgia had an overtime game with South Carolina. They lost by 4 in Columbia. They had an overtime game in Athens with Alabama. Lost that one by 3. You have to go back to the SMU game in December of last season to find Georgia's last overtime victory, a double overtime win over SMU in Athens. So the extra session not kind to the Dogs tonight. LSU gets it done, and they win it 94-92. There was quite a discrepancy at the free throw line. 33 foul shots for LSU tonight. They made 22 of them, and one guy made 15 of those, Cameron Thomas, 15 of 16 from the line. Georgia was 12 of 18 on free throws, so you've got 15 more foul shots for LSU than Georgia, but I guess you kind of have to expect stuff like that when you go on the road.
Yeah, you're not supposed to, but yeah, I mean, you do. You expect that. I mean, that's just kind of human nature of basketball. But with crowds the way they are this year, they're about the same everywhere you go. So you don't quite get the same intimidation factor, shall we say?
Yeah.
On the road,
there's not the people on the floor waving at you and trying to distract you on the free throws.
It's a little bit different, but I will tell you, you mentioned it, that the guy that shot most of those free throws was the freshman, the true freshman Thomas, and quite honestly, look, there were a few that he deserved. Most of them he did not.
You're talking about getting to the line, on fouls, yeah.
Just he gets the ticky-tack foul call, and usually you guys have to earn that. That's not something you just show up and get, But it's like Michael, the Jordan rules. You remember Michael Jordan?
Oh yeah.
Whatever the rules were for Michael, But that's he earned it.
LSU wins it by 2. This is the Regions Locker Room Report brought to you by Regions, where you can get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. This game was tied at 42 at the half. Georgia had a 10-point lead in the second half, but as it got to that largest lead of the game for the Dogs, LSU came storming back on a 14-3 run, and they eventually tied the ball game, and then it was back and forth through the end of regulation, tied at 80 at the end of regulation, and then LSU outscores the Dogs by 4 in the overtime to win it 94-92 on their home court. They won 4 straight in this series now over the Bulldogs, and Georgia's record in Baton Rouge is now 15 up and 38 down. So it's always challenging to win road games in this league and in any league, and Georgia put itself in position to do that tonight, but just couldn't close the door on this one in Baton Rouge. Tigers win it, and we hope to talk to Coach Tom Crean here in the postgame in just a little bit. We'll kind of guess with our time here as to when we will get the coach, because he's in one place and we're in a different place,
and it's a different time zone.
So yes, indeed it is. So we're kind of at the mercy of their schedule, and we'll bring that interview to you as soon as we get the opportunity. We'll step aside for just a moment. We'll come back with our game stats. We'll run through all the numbers for you tonight. LSU, an overtime winner over the Dogs, 94-92 in Baton Rouge, and we'll come back for more of our post-game coverage right after this on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Everybody remembers the amazing light show last year when we ran the Fighting Irish out of Sanford Stadium that made Georgia the envy of college football. I'm Kenny Mullins, business manager for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. Every light in Sanford Stadium was installed by an IBEW electrician. We also light up the practice facility and many other buildings on campus. Learn more about the IBEW at IBEW613.org. Go Dogs!
Make your first play of the season a smart one. Get a fast and easy sports physical right around the corner from Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. With 27 locations offering extended hours and most open 7 days a week, you can book online to get in, get out, and get on your way to a championship year. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to schedule a sports physical today. Patient care services provided by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better.
For up-to-the-second news and special content on all things Georgia Bulldogs, visit GeorgiaDogs.com. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
At Community Coffee, we've been making great tasting coffee for over 100 years. But what makes us different isn't just how long we've been around, it's how far we're willing to go in pursuit of the perfect cup. We select only the finest beans and use over 4 generations of family roasting experience to give you the richest, most delicious coffee around. Find Community Coffee at your local grocery store or visit communitycoffee.com to order some today.
And now a game of Commercial Chicken, brought to you by Progressive, where we see how long Flo can go without talking about insurance. Ready? Go.
Okay, so, did you see that game the other day? The refs, right? I mean, come on. They were totally out to get us. That always happens to our team. Drivers who switch to Progressive can save big.
Okay, you win. We can't help but save customers money. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Back on our region's post-game coverage, locker room report. LSU beats Georgia tonight in overtime, 94-92. Our final game stats are brought to you by Northside Hospital in Atlanta. Their surgeons have decades of experience with routine and complex surgeries. And today, Northside Hospital leads the Southeast in innovative procedures, performing nearly 40,000 robotic surgeries since 2005. Their confidence and compassion await you in Atlanta. Learn more at Northside.com. Final numbers tonight for Georgia. The Dogs shoot 48% of the ball game. LSU shoots 44%. Georgia 34 of 71 from the floor. LSU 31 of 70. The Dogs shot 34% on threes. Didn't have as good a three-point numbers in the second half as they did in the first. They finished 12 of 35 for the game, but the 12 threes is a season high for the Bulldogs. LSU 33% on their threes. They were 10 of 30 in the ball game. 67% free throws for both teams, but the numbers were vastly different. Georgia 12 of 18, LSU 22 of 33 from the line. The Dogs had 22 turnovers to LSU's 16. Rebounding edge went to Georgia, +3, 43 rebounds for the Bulldogs, 40 for the Tigers. Bench points pretty close, 13 for Georgia, 12 for LSU. Points in the paint, the Dogs with 44, LSU with 36. Fast break points, Georgia dominated that category, 28-3. The Dogs had 10 steals, 19 steals in the game for LSU. Georgia had 18 assists, rather. LSU finished with 10. And individually, for the Bulldogs, Georgia had 4 players in double figures, led by Justin Kyers, 25 points. He had career best 6 3-pointers in the ball game. Was perfect from the line tonight, 3 for 3, 6 rebounds. Xavier Wheeler, 21 points in the game, 7 of 15 shooting, 3 of 8 on threes. He had 9 assists tonight, 3 rebounds. Tumani Kamara had another double-double for the Bulldogs, his 4th of the year, 2nd in a row in conference play. He had 14 points and 10 rebounds. He also had 4 assists in the ball game, with 6 of 11 shooting, 0 of 3 on threes. And P.J. Horn, the other Bulldog in double figures, with 11 points. He was 4 of 12, 3 of 11 on threes. He had 7 rebounds in the contest. The rest of the scoring for Georgia, Ty Fagan had 8. Andrew Garcia had 9 before fouling out of the contest. Christian Brown had 4. Starks and McMillan both played but did not score. And for LSU, the leading scorer was Cameron Thomas. The freshman did not have a good night shooting the basketball, just 5 of 17, but he was 15 of 16 from the free throw line. Just 1 of 8 on threes. He had 26 points to lead everybody.
We had 28-3 on fast break points on them tonight. I mean, that's terrific.
Yeah, that's impressive stuff.
Hey, Coach.
I think we've got the coach from Baton Rouge today.
I'm here. Yeah. I'm here.
Well, okay. Well, Coach, just give us just quickly your appraisal of this one tonight, because there were so many opportunities.
Yeah, there were for both teams, and we gave up a couple of threes, even with the parade to the foul line a little bit that they had, and we got to do a better job on our end of drawing the contact that they were drawing and being rewarded for it. And there were times we didn't. I think Justin Carr was trying to get fouled on the last play, and he didn't realize how open he was at the very end when we ran that play. But I thought our guys, we played incredibly hard. We played with tremendous speed. We got out on the break big time. We created some turnovers.
Tom, what was the play you wanted to run?
We're going through a technical thing. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Okay, we can still hear you.
I know, but I can hear somebody else. Hold on. I'm sorry.
LSU was a winner tonight, 94-92 over the Bulldogs in overtime, and we're talking with Coach Tom Crean from Baton Rouge. Is everything okay on your end now?
Not yet. It will be. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We're learning some new technology in here. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
still
okay.
There?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
I'm back. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right. What was the play that you wanted to run with Justin there at the end of the overtime?
What we wanted was the layup. We were going to take the 2, but if they sagged it off PJ, then kick it to him for the 3. And we moved PJ from one spot to another from where he usually is at in that play. And but we were totally good to get the 2 right there, because I felt like we'd get the layup and or the potential of the and one. But there was still plenty enough time not to have to take a 3, because there's still enough time. If we had to go to overtime again, we go to overtime again. But we wanted the layup in that situation, and we got it. We just didn't get the layup made. But again, if there would have been any help at all off PJ's man, we would have kicked it to him in the corner where he's got a high percentage.
And Tom, one of the big plays in overtime went against us on the Kyer steal that they said he was out of bounds when he saved it and threw it off the LSU player. Was there any explanation from the officials on that play? You had a front row seat for that.
I'm going to have to recheck that. I didn't understand. They were adamant about the explanation. but I'd be lying to say that I understood it. I did not understand why that could not be reviewable.
That's what we wanted to know, because it was clear.
I didn't understand that. But, I mean, I have respect for the officials that were in the game. They were adamant about it, and that's their job to know the rules like that. But I still, we had to move on, but I did not understand it completely, no.
Yeah, their job's also to get it right.
I didn't understand why they couldn't go to the monitor on that, but they were adamant that they couldn't.
Yeah, well, you want them to get it right. They didn't in that case,
exactly.
and the replay clearly showed it. But
yeah, we weren't trying to foul there. I mean, our rule is we try to go for a 5 on the ball. All right, we'll take the tie up. All right, we're trying to get the trap and the steal, and then we foul after the ball's been passed out. But we had him dead to rights in the corner, so it's basically the baseline, the sideline, and 2 defenders. And I thought he traveled, but bottom line is, it is what it is. So we just gotta move on.
Well, could you talk a little bit about Thomas's ability to get to the line? You mentioned in the pregame, you mentioned how he likes to get that leg out, and that it's a.
He was rewarded. He was rewarded for creating contact. I mean, and that's the bottom line. He created contact. I thought we had some verticality on the drives. I'll have to watch the film. I thought we were making some of the same drives, and it is what it is.
You go to Arkansas now, Coach. Another road game coming up in the league. Any thoughts on building off of what you saw from your team tonight?
Ecstatic we're going on the road. I really am. I'm ecstatic, and I tell you why. Not because we want to go to Arkansas and play them, because they're really good. Nothing against Arkansas. They're really good. Eric's a great coach. I don't mean that at all. What I mean is we're going to find out about our resilience. Right, because we fought hard, we played hard, we did a lot of really good things. We had a couple of mistakes that cost us. The 3 late with Days was a communication switch. We'd been making that switch all game. We miscommunicated. We didn't communicate it. He hits a 3. Those are the kind of things we've got to get negated quickly. And it's a mental thing more than it is anything else. But I'm excited to go on the road and see what kind of resilience we can build from this, and what kind of growth we're going to make as young men growing up into being a basketball program. Right, and a basketball team, a basketball family. And this was our first road game, as everybody knows. Our bench energy was tremendous. And the challenge is going to be now, can we build that level of consistency? So we're going to be playing against a very, very high-powered outfit, a team with tremendous scoring ability, great depth. Eric's a tremendous coach, like I said. And we've got to turn right back around and understand how hard we have to play again. We cannot let we may lose the game, but we can't let losing the LSU game cost us that game Saturday. That's the biggest thing when you have to rebound from a tough game, right? You never want to let the big win cost you the next game, and you never want to let a tough loss cost you the next game. And if you're going to get beat, you better get beat. You don't want to lose because you didn't play as hard or you weren't as committed. We have no intention of losing. Don't misunderstand me here. But my point is, we've got to move on from this, and the resilience that we've got to have as young people is going to be paramount for it, and it's going to start with me. I'm not so young, but it's going to start with me, and I plan on being extremely resilient, being ready to roll into this one.
Good, and by the way, we won fast break points tonight, 28-3.
At one point it was 20-0, I think, or something.
But we were getting down the floor, and another thing.
Yeah, we played with speed. Yeah, I like the way we set our week up. And it's going to get harder now, but, obviously we got to turn around. But I like how we set our week up. We were really ready to play. The juice and energy was really good, and we've just got to bounce back. We've got a lot of disappointed guys, and we just got to bounce back pretty quick.
Well, Tom, let's do it. Let's just bounce back, go up there and make the Hogs pay for this one.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks to everybody for listening. Thank you.
That's Coach Tom Crean from Baton Rouge. A terrific effort by the Bulldogs tonight. Came up one possession short as LSU wins it in overtime, 94-92. As we wrap up our locker room report, brought to you by Regions. Zach Jewell's going to close out our broadcast in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studio, so we'll send it back to him. So, guys, thanks for your work tonight. Adam Gillespie, our producer and engineer here on site, and Zach's in their network studios. Chuck, and we'll see you on Saturday.
On Saturday at 3:30.
Georgia and Arkansas from Fayetteville, 3:05 airtime, Eastern time Saturday afternoon. We'll be here in the bunker with you. The Dogs will be in Fayetteville on Saturday afternoon. We hope you can join us. Stay with us. We've got more of our post-game coverage straight ahead. 94-92, LSU a winner over the Dogs in overtime on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Put on your red and black, grab your foam finger, and get ready to unleash the dogs. Scana Energy is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Every day is a dog day here, so get loud, Georgia. Join Scana Energy as we unleash the savings and cheer our team to glory this basketball season. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com to save.
Though this basketball season may look a little different, you can still grab an ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis for tip-off and cheer your team on from anywhere. So no matter where you are, remember nothing goes better with basketball than a smooth and refreshing cerveza. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive. Drivers who save with Progressive save over $750 on average.
Hey Bulldog fans, Coach Smart here. My friends at Georgia United Credit Union now offer Georgia Bulldogs Visa debit cards. Now you can show your team pride everywhere you go and spend. Pick your favorite design and score yours today. Georgia United makes banking easy, friendly, and smart for busy members like myself. Attack the day with a free checking account that pays big interest. It's the smart choice. Visit at gucu.org/Go Dogs for important account information. Insured by NCUA. Georgia United, the official credit union of Georgia Athletics.
And now a game of Commercial Chicken, brought to you by Progressive, where we see how long Flo can go without talking about insurance. Ready? Go.
So the weather is just all over the place lately, right? One day it's hot, and the next day it's windy for a while. It's like, make up your mind already. Drivers who switch to Progressive could save big.
Okay, you win. We can't help but save customers money. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
The Regions Bank Locker Room Report continues live from the Piedmont Healthcare Studios with a check of what else is happening now around the nation. We'll start in conference play where we have one other final report so far from Knoxville, where 9th-ranked Tennessee holds on against Arkansas to win 79-74. 2 games in progress now, 1 at the half. Ole Miss handing it to Auburn 43-29, and with 20 seconds to go in the first half, South Carolina up 33-27 over Texas A&M. Turning our attention to the rest of the nation, one final so far from the ACC. Louisville gets the home upset as they take down 19th-ranked Virginia Tech 73-71. Everything else so far is in progress. 3:51 to go in regulation. Number 11 Houston up over Wichita State 61-51. Number 10 Michigan up over 16th-ranked Minnesota 51-32 with 12:56 to go in the second half. 21st-ranked Duke has come from behind. They take the lead against Boston College. They lead 50-48 at Cameron Indoor, again without Coach K. 15:40 to go in regulation there. Number 2 Baylor up 35-25 over Oklahoma and Waco. 3:02 to go in first half action. 7th-ranked Creighton up 10 over Seton Hall at home. 32-22. 2:35 to go in the first there. And from Charlottesville, Wake Forest leading 39-34 over 22nd-ranked Virginia. That one is at the half. Dogs fall in overtime to LSU 94-92. We'll take a final break and come back to tell you what's coming down the line for the Dogs and listen to our BMW drive of the game. That's next on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Though this basketball season may look a little different, you can still grab an ice-cold, refreshing Dos Equis for tip-off and cheer your team on from anywhere. So no matter where you are, remember nothing goes better with basketball than a smooth and refreshing cerveza. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
These days I'm spending a lot more time at home, which means I need ways to easily control my comfort. And here's an insider tip. If you're a Georgia Power residential customer, you may be eligible for up to a $75 instant rebate on a smart thermostat. Here's how. Georgia Power's online marketplace features thermostats from brands like Google Nest, Honeywell, and Ecobee, as well as a variety of LEDs and smart home products like smart speakers, Wi-Fi routers, indoor cameras, and more. Just visit the site and start shopping. Shop now at GeorgiaPowerMarketplace.com.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive. Drivers who save with Progressive save over $750 on average.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Now more than ever, it's important to support our local businesses, whether it's your favorite pizza place or your neighborhood barber. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for more than 85 years. Whether they are saving you money on a checking account or credit card, or supporting the people, places, and teams that we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. To learn more, visit their website at georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Dogs with a 5-on-4 break here. Fagan to the rack, laying good.
Oh, wow. Nicely done. Well-run fast break by the Dogs, and they capitalize with the bucket, take the lead.
That's today's BMW Drive of the Game, driven by BMW. Right now, come in and get exceptional offers on the full line of BMWs. Visit one of your Atlanta area BMW centers today for a test drive. BMW is a proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers. Go Dogs. And we welcome you back inside the Piedmont Healthcare Studios as we wrap up the Regions Bank Locker Room Report with a look at what's coming down the road for the Red and Black. We're back in action Saturday afternoon when the team makes the trip to Fayetteville, Arkansas to take on the Razorbacks. Tip time for that game is scheduled for 3:30 p.m., meaning our pregame coverage from the broadcast bunker will begin at 3:05 p.m. across the network. The Lady Dogs are in action tomorrow night as they look to continue a strong start to the season, and they make the short trip up the road to Columbia, South Carolina to take on the Gamecocks at 7 p.m. Again, that game is scheduled for tomorrow night. Coach Tom Green's squad is back at Stegman a week from today when Auburn comes to Athens, so make your plans to attend if you can, and tune us in if you can't make it to the Classic City. That's going to do it for us tonight. Dogs drop an overtime heartbreaker 94-92 in Baton Rouge to LSU. For Adam Gillespie Engineering, Scott and Chuck on the mic inside the broadcast bunker, I'm Zach Jewell in the Piedmont Healthcare Studios. We'll talk to you again on Saturday afternoon, and until then, good night and go Dogs.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, you've been listening to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Today's coverage has been brought to you by Regions. Get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. And by Dos Equis. Cheer on your favorite team with a Dos Equis. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. The preceding has been a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, powered by Learfield IMG College and JMI Sports.